voices on the camera.
What? I'm so good!
Now all in silence in a 1v4. He takes 2. Down goes both. Can he stay alive? He downs another 1v1. On the Kento and he wins it!
Clutch this round out for IF. He gets 2. That's a defeat. That's huge. Mikey, no, so
oh my!
On the drop. We're Subarctic is sprinting around desperately, and we're going to overtime.
It's high noon. There's the 1v2 and 5-1/2 for Surf. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to SCS Season 6, Stage number 2. We got a banging new intro. It just really gets me in a mood. It gets me going. But my name is C-Dapps. To my side, as always, is Mr. CJ Brooks Cookies. How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. Yeah, I agree. That intro is so great. I saw it yesterday without you because you weren't here.
I know. I was.
You left me, but you're back, and I'm happy. But yeah, that was a great intro. It really gets me. It gets me all hot and bothered. I'm also hot and bothered for this match, baby. KARN Company, which I feel like we've casted like 3 different times.
Yes, we have.
Let's cast their development, Connor, because it's. I don't know. Before we do that, no. Before we get into that game, let's talk about the bracket. They're playing West Garfield today.
Who are pretty good. They're a pretty good team. They came in, they were formed as a pug stack for the good old standalone tournament, and then they got so many points by getting runners up. Actually, yeah, for getting runners up. And they decided, you know what? Let's make use of these points. Let's qual in and let's try to punch a ticket to the Pro-Am. And starting off strong against a team like KARN Co, who really started to mesh with the Sonar pickup and looked a lot better, went pretty deep into playoffs. All of a sudden, Sonar's gone. You've got a new guy coming in. We don't know how that's going to develop, but it's almost going to be a trial by fire because even though West Garfield Park are a pug stack, they're almost all former pros. So,
yeah, I mean, their pugging is better than some teams' best. Okay, just by default. That's just how it rolls, you know. So that's gonna be funny. It's gonna be awesome. Bio, I want to address this because Bio, like, he didn't even tweet. He was in Discord. He typed to me and he's like, I'll be seeing you, Cookies. I don't even know what he meant by that. But you know what, Bio? I want to see it today, baby. Since you're talking and Discord typing, I want to see it in the flesh. Right here, right now.
We do have to wait and see. We do have rosters ready.
Oh, yeah.
Because we want to make sure that everybody is familiar with every single player, especially because there's a new one on the side of KARN Co. Carnage B. He's the titular man. He's the man that the team's named after because he's their fearless leader. Mikey. He's too silly. Willock and Zeno, they're on their sophomore year glow up, and it's the return of the season. Mr. Feltwinter joining the roster, now making this team 3/5 of the Gatekeepers team that definitely tore up T3 just a few seasons and tournaments and leagues ago. And overall, the team definitely looks to be revamped and refired up, especially with mechanical skill. However, one of my biggest questions will be, how is the departure of Sonar going to work? Because he was their secondary IGL. He came in and brought a lot of order to the chaos that this team could sometimes go through. Now that's gone, and a lot more pressure is on KARN's IGL.
I don't know, man. KARN's IGLing is pretty solid. I mean, didn't we watch them run like the same OSA strategy in Kitchen like 3 times?
It worked every time.
I mean, it was genius. KARN has a melon brain, but you know whose brain is bigger? That's right. No. Bio's a genius, and he's gonna mold, right, the likes of someone like Twist, who, people don't think Twist is the smartest player. They think he's a muppet. They think he just has a lot of gun skill. He's the definition of a brain dead Ash player. But guess what? When you've got Bio leading you, a lot like what happened with Maring, you kind of get that under control and you get that wild brain dead Ash gameplay and you mold it into something elite. I think Bio did that with Twist, or Bio did that with Maring before he left for the Wolves. He's going to do it again with Twist, I think, Connor, to enter that first point. And the second point, who cares? There's a bunch of pros. They know how to play every map. Like I said, default stuff, they're better than everybody. Their defaults and their pug is probably better than some people's dry run for 2,000 hours. So I think they will 100%, He's solid strategically and, well, talent-wise.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, and I knew that you were going to be a big Wes Garfield stan as soon as Twist got picked up, because that's your, seemingly, it's like your child. You are his father.
I'm just happy to see him, like, you know, land on his feet after what happened. You know, he got thrown out on the street in the rain. He looked like a puppy. But now, a puppy in the rain, but now look at him, man.
Yeah, he got picked up by the pound and brought into a loving family at West Garfield Park. But we do have our map bans ready, because we can talk about all we want. It's like, oh yeah, what's their map pool like, blah, 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 blah. Do you really need much of a map pool to play Clubhouse in Oregon? Probably not, but the Chalet, that's an interesting one, because KARN & Co. have had a lot of they've had a mixed bag of success, I think, to put it bluntly. Sometimes they get 7-0'd on it by the Wolves, and sometimes they look pretty decent and take out some top teams. But on the side of West Garfield Park, they were running up that map in that tournament.
Right. When we talk about depth of map, I mean, if I'm looking at the maps in this pool at this moment right now on your screen, Bank is the only one that's like kind of complex to where
that is fair.
You need to like actually know what's going on. Past the bare minimum, right? Every other map, you know, you have to just like, these guys have been playing for thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of hours if you stack them all together. So there's no reason why they wouldn't be able to play. I'm talking about West Garfield Park. I'm talking about KARN & Company too, honestly. KARN, like, at some point, KARN's got to stop holding his teammates' hands, right? I know some of them are young and they're from T3, but you guys got to know how to do the bare minimum. We're talking club in Oregon. This is simple. This is bread and butter. Who makes the better PB&J? Who makes the better grilled cheese?
I mean, there's only so many ways you can make a sandwich, but for our predictions, seems like we have actually a pretty hotly contested one. Just a few people that are going to be wrong, mainly Crow, Benny, Max, and Ty. They're all going to be incorrect. Me and you, we're the smart ones here. We're rocking with West Garfield Park. I've liked what I've seen out of that team. They're nice and explosive. They bring just enough experience, and we know experience is indeed the, you know, it's the end all be all. You know, if you have more experience, you're obviously a better player, right, CJ?
No. Why do you think I like Twist so much? Like I said, I just called him a Muppet, brain dead Ash player. Guess what?
He plays Zof now.
His ceiling is high. It was, you know, you may be experienced, but your ceiling's right here. His ceiling is high. And that's why I think West Garfield Park wins this one. Can you imagine Twist comes out and goes like 1-30? I would own up to it. Okay, if he comes out and stinks and I just hyped him up like this, I'm going to be the first one cooking him, okay? And we're going to be watching it firsthand.
We're going on Clubhouse. Clubhouse is a map that, most notably for the side of KARN & Co., they've been really solid on it, and it's actually the map that Mikey has performed the best on, in sort of his like flanky kind of awkward Ash that he's always freed up. He gets rid of a shield, he gets rid of a barbed wire, then he gets to do his favorite thing, which is crouch walk, and he's pretty lethal on it. But just as lethal as Forrest dropping a 20 bomb on Mirage of all teams, really wanting it to earn his NAL spot.
I agree. I mean, you've got great points here. Crouch walking. Both teams have their crouch walkers.
They do.
it's gonna be funny. Like, you know, it's Oregon Club, right? I made the grilled cheese analogy. Sometimes you can do some crazy stuff for grilled cheese.
This is like
you know
a bologna and American cheese sandwich.
Where
like
you
simple
toast the
as
bread.
It gets.
You toast the bread all fancy like. You know what I mean?
No.
You toast that Wonder Bread. It's still. We're gonna get some special gameplay, even though this is a map. And maybe a matchup between some crouch walkers. I think it's still going to be epic, personally. So
yeah, I think the matchup is really could be interesting. It definitely could be interesting, or it can be a stomp. I either think it's like a close victory that KARN & Co. can edge out, or West Garfield will just pound him in the next week.
You know why I think West Garfield's going to win?
Why?
I gave you my reasons before.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what we're waiting on, guys? We're waiting on one guy. You know who we're waiting on?
Who?
Feltwinter, the guy,
the new kid on the block,
the new guy, who needs to make an impression. All right, and he's last in the lobby.
You know, you don't show up to work late on your first day at the office.
What is he doing?
It's not a good idea.
Oh, there he is. He's in the lobby now.
They were out here blowing up the timeline with all the Game of Thrones games. Like, hey guys, guess what? Winter is coming. Oh my gosh, like we're so witty. Nobody's ever gonna figure out that it's Feltwinter, even though he's teamed with like the whole team before and he's a free agent. Nobody will ever figure out it's Feltwinter. Now he won't show up to a lobby. He's delaying and wasting our time.
He's wasting my time. He's
He better go crazy now. He's starting at like a negative. He's starting at -3 kills. That's what we're gonna say.
Yeah,
one
like,
for each minute that we've been late.
You know, I just hate sitting here and babbling about nothing. It makes me so mad. And the only reason it happens, if you guys think it's production doing this, it's not. It's these guys. Anyway, Thatcher got banned.
Wow.
Thatcher got banned on club.
So
Holy crap.
crazy.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Okay. Some teams stink with Thatcher, so
Hibana?
maybe. Or Mav.
And it'll be Hibana. No team is masochistic enough to go for the Thatcher map ban. Because that's not fun.
You say that, I mean, some teams are. What do you mean no teams? What do you mean by that? We're not going to be seeing it today, though.
We already know how difficult it is for some T3 players to Mav, if you've watched any T3 TMs.
But there's
You really
professionals
wanna
here,
force
though.
them. Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping Rudy Too Fruity is out here.
Rudy.
There's a Rudy cat on the Mav. Gonna be going crazy.
I mean, Rudy's just getting dragged through the mud at this point.
You called him Rudy Too Booty.
I called him. I called him Booty. You're calling him Rudy Too Fruity. Like, come on. Leave him alone.
It's actually Forest on the map. Interesting. They're ranking the triple hard breach, which isn't really crazy or, you know, kind of unheard of on club. Except I would have expected it to be. Oh, I was gonna say I would have expected Forest to be on the ace because that's a lot more flexible of a hard breacher. But yeah, we got the Jackal. Because do you know why? This is the high level of intelligence out of these players. Did you see the operators on the screen? Did you see them? Did you see them?
Yeah.
There's a mute, a Mozzie, and a Vigil. And do you know what? Do you know what Forrest said in his mind? Do you know what? That means we need to find the roamers.
You think so? I think
And
Forrest
he
was...
brought those Inox. He brought the Inox scanner so he could not only find the roamers, but so Forrest could finally find a girlfriend. He's asking, "Where is she?" in chat. Don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely think he's looking for she. I don't know. I don't really know if he's talking. If you're, you know,
It's for both.
Talking about roamers. He's looking for her.
10 seconds to insertion.
So may you find her, Forrest.
5 seconds
Maybe.
remaining.
Cheers. Cheers to Forrest finding her.
I don't think we mentioned Psycho once.
Objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
I like Psycho.
He went like, you know, the game we watched before, he was getting just thrown around the room. Like, it was ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure it was on club. The last club game I watched Psychosis, he was just an absolute traffic cone. But you know what? He can redeem himself. PDW from Forrest as well. He's got a full load of ammunition. Whitlock. I feel like I've seen this before. Whitlock in the bar as Vigil. You know, he used to be a menace. I think it was Okami that was struggling with that. I want to say there's a bunch of games in my head right now. But Whitlock's got a lot of experience in this position. Let me just tell you. So Forrest is going to likely be dueling with him, pinging him out, and we see breaching going on Jacuzzi as well. Mikey is crazy. Just runs right in front of it and gets away. So maybe he's not so crazy after all. As we get the first opening kill on the Whitlock. Shotgun, Stubby. Forrest. Okay, I thought he was going to run after him.
I thought he was about to get another kill. But a minute in?
What?
Oh, okay. I was going to say a minute in, the roam already pushed back and the sledge still alive is pretty solid from the West Garfield attack. However, the last part of that statement, it's no longer true because Mikey hits an absolute stinker of a shot through the floorboards. And down goes Twist, one of the most important operators in this basement take if they want to go for the good old-fashioned kitchen dirt, which is what it's shaping up to be. However, there's probably going to have to be some sort of rotation because you can't apply that vertical pressure unless Bio and Psycho having the proper secondary gadget. They are bringing the breaching charges, but when you're placing down those charges, it really can act as a giant magnet for nitros down below.
Good news is there's only one. And it's on Michael. You see? And he's in that position to throw a nitro. Doesn't look like he's going to do it. I mean, I think it's more important he actually holds that for the plant, which will inevitably come from this kitchen hatch. Surely they're not going for church. They're not going for a blue push. It's going down the kitchen hatch, and it's going to be, maybe, Okay, there it is. They got it open.
Oh, he missed.
I was gonna say, oh my god, what if they don't get it open? But yeah, Forrest just dropped to the site. Forrest is looking to take control of the whole situation, but I think he did the opposite. Bio will get the kill and coverage from the hatch, but it looks like everyone from West Garfield has just dropped in the armory and promptly lost their life for it. I believe they had the advantage for a brief moment there, but instead, this is gonna be a situation where KARN Company is just gonna be able to deny this with bullets. I was kind of getting at, oh, Mikey should hold that C4 for the drop to deal with the default plant.
Like that?
He's just, yeah, he didn't have to. West Garfield just walked in their bullets. I guess part of it's they didn't just push dirt. They didn't push dirt. They didn't push blue. So you have to just drop there. But
yeah, there's kind of 4 lanes into the basement. You got like main, kitchen hatch, blue, and dirt. You got to push at least 2. I mean, the more the merrier. Just applying any sort of pressure from an opposite side, which, considering there were 4 people up on the side of West Garfield transitioning into the execute phase, it is kind of surprising that they didn't go for anybody like Psychosis hitting the back, getting a nice crouch walk down blue, or even, I guess dirt does make sense because all the hard breach was kind of used for other things. They had to be used to open up hatches, help them destroy the roam, break into gym, blah, 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 blah. And not really an extra Selma in case of the impact trick, which unfortunately for the side of KARN & Co. didn't come out and missed. And that would have made things even worse.
bit of a discombobulated attack to start, but it is the basement. Probably the hardest site to attack. The rest, that's the thing with Clubhouse. For the defense, you got to defend the other 2 or 3 sites. And this is well, here we are. Gym is not as nearly as easy to defend as basement. So let's see what KARN Company has in store for us. We're seeing shields on the cache stairs, a full-blown setup with our rotation station. We've seen it before. On top of mirrors, so there's a lot stacked towards a cache push. And of course, you still got balance, as you've got a mirror on the bathroom wall as well. With wall denial is complete with it, forcing West Garfield to potentially push in from below to deal with it. Can't exactly torch the bathroom wall from the jacuzzi breach or anything like that. You know what I'm getting at.
Yep.
You can't ace it because it's a Cade, and y'all played the game before. West Garfield has to come in from below to deal with this. I don't see. Do you see a roamer?
You know, I don't. I see a lot of people on site, and Twist is trying to fix that. He did nade himself. Now, do they have Orzino on cam in 4K and should be able to nade him, but he misses 2 floor nades. That is unfortunate for Twist. New man on the block for West Garfield. He's got a lot to prove. And Forrest goes, you know what? Fine, I'll do it myself. Grabs the gauntlet, pops the hatch, pops the body of Zeno, and takes the man advantage into the side of the attack.
I like that one, popping the gauntlet. Speaking of popping things, I think Psycho just popped that bathroom mirror. Additionally, so there's a lot of pressure being established onto KARN Company at this juncture. Pressure from below, pressure from this jacuzzi breach. And you know Rudy. Rudy is nasty at this video game. Even if he's on Dermite, and I mean, none of that matters. Forrest just tosses a grenade in. There's apparently no ADSs for KARN. I mean, somebody help my boy KARN out. Either way, Selma's going off in this gym wall, which will further add to the constricting amounts of just devastating pressure the site's feeling right now. Whitlock forced to play such an aggressive, adventurous position to perhaps turn this round around for his team. Flashbang hits him in the forehead, though. But no one play makes off of it, so he lives for the time being. Looks like a push coming through the hallway from Psychosis, but it's Twist on the main stairs with him to get the kill. Twist gets a sec. I don't know how he killed him, but Whitlock gets a double in a 1 versus 5 situation to try to hit the craziest clutch of the year thus far. But he's not going to be able to do just that. Forrest will finish him off in the bathroom. West Garfield. We'll take the... Do you even call it a tertiary site? What do you call it? This map?
I don't know.
Alternate site?
That's just one of the boys at this point. It's shed its tertiary tag, and you know, with some teams it's their primary, sometimes it's their third, sometimes it's their second. It's still a solid bomb site, but West Garfield tried to make that statement be completely false. They absolutely decimated the entire setup of KARN & Co. And most of the time with Jim, a lot of the success we see is if the horizontal extension, whether it be in Con, whether it be in Logi or CC, Cash, all those areas, that's typically where the round is won, or at least slowed down of the attack. But this direct push coming out of West Garfield, when they had enough ranged breach, were able to just decimate everybody with nades. Just either, whether it be Xeno taking half of his HP or poor KARN eating one straight to his face. Makes things a lot easier when you have the man advantage. You can just play the trade game. You can just come in and bully sight. Or even though Twist was not looking so solid with his nades down below, he definitely up top with his gun looked great.
And yeah, hold out in there, Connor. All right, none of us just slander this guy. I think he got unlucky with the second one. That should have killed him. I didn't see any micro detail that he did wrong to not get the kill there. I think the game just said no.
No, it bounced off. It was slightly undercooked.
It was slightly undercooked. Oh, it was slightly undercooked.
Yeah,
What are you, Gordon Ramsay?
Ramsay would have spit it out.
It's raw.
Instead, it's raw. That's how undercooked it was. Only slightly.
We should start
only
doing that.
slightly.
Every time a Nate, every time someone doesn't cook it, it's raw.
That might be the new best thing. But on the side of KARN & Co., it's actually a really interesting rafters hold. I haven't really seen. There's a shield. Felt Winter on the alibi. You know, really blending in. Rocking a skin on the alibi. So, you know, just all sense of immersion with the with the prismas is just gone.
Yeah, immersion. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's really using swag over like.
Yep. Drip over drown.
I
You'd
mean,
rather
alright.
have the skins because skins are wins.
I don't know how Twist just killed him. Oh, see, you said I don't worry about the entry game without barring. Twist is barring. He's just barring. He's just the same
Yeah,
player.
I mean, it does make sense. Barring would just find himself in the building
barring would do the
randomly.
same thing. So
And
no
Whitrock
drop
was
off.
victim.
It's the same player. I mean,
Hey, all I'm saying is this poor Twist has a lot to prove. And I mean, he's
he ain't
proven
poor
it well.
no more. He's up.
Yeah, he's up next. There's a reason that he got picked for this team. You know, the West Garfield players, they've been around the block. They've been to hell and back. They can show you vouchers, blah, 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 blah. And if they can find the value of somebody like Twist, you know, they're going to pick the diamond out of the rough. And obviously there's some sort of upside. We're starting to see that just a little bit today.
We have what seems to be a rafters push coming through. I don't even know. Is Twist still crouch walking somewhere?
He went back outside.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we're seeing a pretty standard missionary style, and it's garage clear. What do you want me to say here? They're looking to throw grenades into rafters. Do what they need to do to clear it. This alibi who we're talking about, who is dripping and drowning and swagging out, is apparently holding the fort pretty well. I say that, and he dies instantly after I say that. KARN has rotated downstairs his Maestro to support his team, clunking around. You saw the gun?
He doesn't see the barrel.
Oh, Rudy! Okay, there it is.
Yeah, he does. He sees it now.
I was about to say, come on now, Rudy. He saw him, so he gets that kill. Mikey's 1 HP. Xeno has the C4, and there's not a lot of time for West Garfield, so there's a very good chance that they actually push into the site here, eat a C4, and they're forced to clutch up. Especially since, I mean, they can't even hop through the window yet. Look how much time's going to be left. I'm thinking about 6.2 seconds. And then Rudy peeked. What? Rudy peeked with the diffuser, which is further going to stress the fact that there is no time. And they now have to push through Banshees with time very much on our side. Yeah, I think the Cade's going to swing and kill Forrest. Extraordinarily unfortunate for the likes of West Garfield, because I like to take all the way up to the very end. They just did not have the time.
Yeah, I would have liked to potentially see if, because when Twist got that basement pressure, he had all of the basement. He could have been the player up inside of blue, and all of a sudden KARN doesn't go massive on the Maestro with that flank down. I guess technically flank from the bomb site and just walking down red. Just crip walk into swamp and letting the all to sing. That cutoff could have been there, but instead he had to rotate around and, you know, do some nades. do some nades over towards rafters. And I guess the biggest thing definitely would be the timing, where even though
Defenders,
we
protect
saw
your bombs from being
the
defused
alibi
by attackers.
not necessarily kill or not kill anybody, kill just enough time.
Just enough, really.
Just enough, barely enough.
Not the one mind you. That is impressive.
Yes.
That is very impressive. So we had the funny skit first round. Forrest, he's looking for her. Still playing Jackal. Because he saw that KARN Company is running a bunch of roamers.
5 seconds left.
We're gonna see the same thing. West Garfield's gonna do their best to deal with this roam, and I
To locate a bomb and defuse
want to say they did a good job with that. The problem was they just.
I mean, Mikey just hit a ridiculous shot. He hit a ridiculous shot through the floor.
I mean, he did, but it was also like that the ending push of the round was. It was forgettable. Even though the roam clear was excellent. We had a guy use a stubby shotgun to initiate a roam clear. And since there's no castle actually for this roam, yes, somebody didn't want to play the ump. Forrest can just shoot that open and pretty much cut off one of the critical rotations back to site. We saw Mikey actually rotated down the main stairs in full view of Jacuzzi and perhaps even someone on chains, you know, or something like that.
I mean, I guess, yeah, if Mikey hadn't been able to just cross that breach, because he went for a 4K that round.
Yeah.
That's like the one that got away. Mikey was her. Mikey was the one that got away.
He should have died to like 3 different cutoffs is what I'm getting at. So
I wish I could just send production the gender swapped photo of Mikey that he had me make for him in the Face app.
I don't want to see that. The only one I want to see is Kool-Aid's.
Kool-Aid's is Chef's Kiss. I could send you that after this game. It's a banger. But all the drone work from the side of West Garfield, it's costing them a lot of time. A minute 30, no damage done to any of the roamers, and they're all going to be back on site with those guns ablazing. And that could be particularly worrying on the side of West Garfield for their attack, because last time we saw this, they all funneled down the hatch. They couldn't apply enough vertical pressure because Twist wasn't alive. Thankfully for their case, he is still walking. Still has his hammer in his back pocket. He's making his way over towards the bar and eventually over towards kitchen. With how West Garfield struggled so much, the more the merrier on the bomb site for the anchors of KARN & Co. as they're just licking their chops waiting for West Garfield to eventually drop.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Well, Sledge smacks away at this floor. Whitlock's waiting in hand with those impacts. Let's see. We get. He doesn't throw it at all.
Located.
All right, Whitlock. What? Mikey just slammed Bio through the hatch as it was opening. No other way around it. And Forrest has been a menace in this main hall before. I quite literally watched him walk down this hallway
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
and open the round up for his team. Twist will get another kill for the side of West Garfield. And Psycho, who's pressuring from blue, should find himself some opportunities as well. Yeah, there it is. Forrest down the hallway gets a 3K. It's just Beltwinter who's, yeah, he's going to die. 4K from Forrest. Decisive redo on the basement, I guess, for West Garfield. They approach it the same way, or pretty similarly. I think the main wrinkle was the main hall push, and of course, Psycho and Blue. But either way, you know, they mixed up the recipe a little. Net them around victory.
Yeah, you just got to watch Forrest do Forrest things. He was Monkey Peek you. He was Fofo-san. But he's always been an electric player who has that the innate capability to just flick a switch and change around. And that crouch walk down the main hallway is something that everybody is always so angry when it happens. And it's like, oh, no, it should never happen. You should never. But it happens way too often. Almost feels like a constant on a lot of attacks. As soon as you're applying pressure so many different areas, main hall is kind of what you forget about first. Because you're too busy. It's like, oh, yes, I have blue. I have dirt. I've got moto. I've got the hatch drop. Everybody forgets about main.
It's more that you don't, I guess it's like, you don't anticipate that someone has the gall.
Exactly.
They don't have the gall. Because not many, Forests?
Attackers have discovered the
He's the only one I've seen in recent memory recently that gets away with it. That's why I said, oh, Forrest walks down the main hall like that, because he does. I'm not lying to you. I'm not joking. This isn't a game.
You know, technically.
I mean it. I mean what I says. When I says Forrest, you need like a certain, I think you need a certain astrology sign to like walk down main hall, basically. So
He's a
Forrest,
Leo.
yeah, Forrest will do that. Same hold from KARN Company as we saw last time they played the site. This isn't a team. Look, they don't have 400 different strategies, right? Actually, no, it's actually a little different. They don't play Mira, basically. That's the main thing that's changed. On the cash side of things, it's pretty much the same, but the Mira not being there, I guess they feel that it was more of a hindrance than a help, considering they... Let's see, Twist with a 40. Okay. It's Raw. He doesn't get the kill.
It's because he was going the wrong area. The first intel on the other side of Green Box was correct, but unfortunately for him, Mikey, he's a little bit itchy. He wants to move around. You know, he's an antsy kind of player, and ends up saving his life that time. And it won't save the life of Forrest, as Feltwinter's going to throw a beautiful nitro from top red all the way through the burn to Rooney gate. Because now Feltwinter is not in a great spot, but he's still going to come out with a down on Twist. Absolutely massive impact potentially, as this push gets slowed and slowly allows Mikey to survive for longer. Whitlock is also rotated, trying to bolster up this all-or-nothing cash push. The pinch is here. We don't know how strong it's going to be.
The tension is high right now as they're waiting to see who's going to make the wrong move in this 4 versus 4. It'll be Mikey. Mikey actually makes the first move, and Whitlock's there to support it. Mikey again with another. Swinging around with that silencer. And yes, West Garfield has cash control, but at what cost? I've lost everyone. Everyone's dead. Except Bio and Psychosis. Good news is, as I said earlier, there's no Mira on the construction side of things, so you aren't as bad off as you may have been previously. So there's a chance that maybe they can take some gunfights and win this round. Considering, yeah, the Logi hatch isn't even open yet. And there's an Aruni gate on it anyway. Less than ideal situation for West Garfield. See, what? Is the C4 on the ground? It's not even pre-placed like that. What? We putting T-Hunt C4s now? Whose C4 was that, man?
I gotta know.
Oh
We need answers.
Are you serious? Oh, I guess it was, maybe it was
Xenos.
Felt's. Maybe it was
No,
Felt's.
no, Felt got his from top red. He got the kill.
Oh my god.
And he gets the last kill.
I mean, great round,
Xeno.
KARN Company. But who was putting T-Hunt C4s?
It was Zeno. You know what? I think that we shouldn't be so fast to judge.
What?
Because do you know what happened? Do you know what happened?
I'm not
Psycho
judging.
vaulted through the rotate hole, had to look down because he hears ba-ding, 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 ba-ding.
Yo, I'm not judging.
And all of a sudden he goes, why was there? He's thinking in his head. You can hear it. He goes, why was there a C4 on the ground? He's thinking that as he's swinging, he gets baptized. It was mental warfare.
Have you played like? It's been a while since T-Hunt's had C4s like that.
Yeah, I know.
So
There would just be random C4s. There would be C4 rooms.
So like, I know it. I think every death I've ever had in T-Hunt, I've got literally tens of thousands of deaths, maybe even hundreds of thousands of deaths. Maybe that's too many, but
Yeah, so that's a lot.
I've played a lot of T-Hunt. so does Psycho, but like it's like, dude, they kill. They're nasty. I'm not judging the C4. I'm just saying it's like come on, man. Really? Who's like, who does that? I've never seen it before like that. Have you seen that?
10 seconds left.
From a player?
No. He had a frost mat nitro.
I mean, like,
It was the crosshair displacement, you know?
Ladies and gentlemen, at SCS6.
It's a new meta.
Literally making history.
Breaking news!
Make history with T-Hunt C4s.
Make history with a pre-placed nitro just on the floor.
What the hell? Anyway.
Imagine how
Actually,
intimidating
not
it would be that if, like, let's say you're jumping in from cash window trying to get to default plant. Like, you just run across that gap and you go to put down the case and you just look down, there's just a nitro already there.
You know, that used to be a thing on Old Oregon, too. Like, well, not with C4s, but with smoke.
I got pre-placed smoke canister.
In the laundry machine, yeah. Those are old times. Let's get with the times, old man. And the times are currently.
That was before my time, but you know, speaking of time, Forrest has made pretty good time on this CC wall. Open it up quick. A beautiful Mav. It's like Picasso with a brush. Xeno's already taken a little bit of damage over towards the rafters. He's on our window. All the drone work coming out as Felt Winter is also over towards R2. The burn and nade will eventually come out. And for the side of West Garfield, this is a round that they definitely should have won. However, they stalled out really hard in this transitionary period after they got all the pieces that they needed. Rafters took so long with only 2 ADSs, no Wamai, that it allowed KARN to get the most athletic I've ever seen him and just sprint down red and kill people.
KARN was looking like Big Ben. Okay, so here we go. Rudy just walks in. Feltwinter. We'll find Bio. Someone just flops on the twist, dunks on him. And I would say this garage take has been an epic failure. The defense flying from the top ropes. Takes down Forrest as well, yeah. This is just Psychosis with an LMG and 1 hit point. What will he do? Oh! A Xeno. He's got a Z-ping on this last player as well. Oh my god, just peek it, Psycho. Do it! Go! You can win this.
He has the LMG. I don't know if it's as broken as people say it was. He would have gotten that kill.
Yeah, man. What the hell? I think both of them knew where each other were, though, so it's kind of like whatever. But wow, KARN Company is. You shouldn't win that if you're defense. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it chief with you, real. You don't have a Wamai. You don't have Thunderbird. You have like. There's nothing special about this Raptor hold where it should be so difficult to clear. And I bet you that's exactly what West Garfield's saying to come. Bio. But if Bio's not saying that, I would be disappointed. Bio should be right now. He should be like, guys, this isn't rocket surgery. I can't do a good Bio impression. But he's probably like, guys, this isn't hard. Just burn the freaking ADS and nade him. What the hell is we doing? You know what I'm saying?
And the biggest thing is that they had no idea that Xeno was playing our window. Which I guess actually, never mind. That doesn't make sense because they shot at him. They shot at his foot. And then they just didn't expect him to pop up and just drop the holy water on somebody. Forget who he killed, but he destroyed somebody.
Twist got.
That was nades.
Ooh. Twist got dunked on.
He did.
It's okay. It's okay because 4-2 is not good if you're an attacker. But it's not like, you know, it's not like GG, guys. I mean, we still got like 6 rounds to play. Maybe. I've seen enough crazy clubhouse that I'm just, you know, this is nothing. 4-2 is nothing to me. I can't decide who's gonna win from here on out. See that?
Yeah, especially because I would stand up on a box and argue with somebody that club is arguably, you know, attacker-sided nowadays. But especially with these bans, I mean, makes sense. Not having a Wamai, I feel like hurts a lot more than having a Mira helps. Especially for those rafter holds, but then again, KARN Company made it work.
Do you remember KARN Company off-clicks and how pathetic that game was?
Yes.
For the attackers? Mm-hmm. That might just continue as the Mav is there. I don't know what KARN's doing. KARN's out here admiring the motorcycles in the parking lot. Thank goodness for Xeno, who will trade on the Psychosis. The Vigil, who was probably, I don't know where he was playing, probably in the bar, who knows? But the roamers, there's one roamer on the site. Where are the others? Where's everybody else at? Near cash, probably? I don't know, Rudy. Wait, what?
Getting kills?
Rudy just killed someone through Jacuzzi. It was probably a nice shot, considering, you know, it was one of those. That was a nice shot, Rudy. Even though we didn't see it, I know it was a nice shot.
Yep. We're going to see that in the raw comp clips compilation. That exact kill.
Yep. I got the noties on for that. I want to see that kill. Okay, so Twist is still running around. I mean, jokes aside, Twist and Rudy are literally still running around, unchecked. And Mikey's just kind of bucking the floor like, I hope I kill somebody. There's nothing else really happening. They should probably have some sense of urgency with these roamers or something. Because right now, I'm just not seeing it. Twist's still running around too. Looks like they're finally consolidating, doing something. Gonna try to push these two out of cash, out of rafters, see what they can do. But they're just running away. I think we're watching a slow, painful death right now, Connor.
Yeah. Everybody. I guess the biggest thing about a SSG style roam is, you know, that mass amount of mobility that the defenders have. They can just go anywhere. Right now, there is no chance that they have any idea that Twist is just inside of kitchen. I don't think they're going to figure out that he ever was inside a kitchen because he's rotating down main. Impact comes out as Whitlock is going huge over towards the Moto side. All of a sudden, this man advantage has completely dissipated for the side of West Garfield. It's Mikey and Whitlock against the world, seemingly. They don't have that much time left on the clock. Only 15 seconds to make things work. Can they get the bomb down? Probably not. Instead, it's going to be a swing out of Twist, who absolutely whiffs. This round did not seem winnable by any stretch of the imagination, but Whitlock makes magic happen. KARN and Co. are cruising at 5-2.
Where do we begin? Where do we begin at unpacking it?
Something about like on the 7th day. I think that's where we should start.
What's weird about how Twist swung that, right? There were holes at bottom main. Like church wall was open. Swear to Jase above that the church wall was open on the bottom left. Now maybe I'm tripping. It's entirely possible that I'm just seeing things, okay? I'm slightly ill right now. I don't know what that has to do with my eyesight, but I'm slightly disparaged at the moment. But I swear to God, there was holes on the church wall. So if Twist wanted to deny something at church, couldn't he just like prone and looked at the church from the hallway? Maybe. I also don't know how in the world an ace dropped in the moat. That was the most obvious thing they were gonna go for. And West Garfield acted like it was the craziest push of all time. And you know what's even funnier, C-Daps, is if we go back to when West Garfield played JJ's team, Wichita Academy. You remember that?
Yep.
Remember when JJ just walked through the motor door about 7,000 times? And they had to put a shield on the table in church? And the craziest stuff just to stop that? It's the same problem rearing its ugly head. All these weeks
and also
later.
big props to KARN and Co. for that attack. I mean, Whitlock.
That's true. I mean, you know, Whitlock
just makes things happen.
Whitlock's been making me so upset and disappointed.
Whitlocari.
But he's been, I mean, yeah, that was really good from Whitlock. So,
As it was.
But it's also really poop from Garfield.
It's a combination. It's not black, it's not white. It's always in a gray area.
Yeah.
Not always a defensive loss. It's not always an attacking win. Most of the time, it's either a good play combined with a little bit of trolling. That extra just spice sprinkled on top as you're serving.
I just like to talk about the trolling because it's fun.
Yes, the trolling is always way more fun. As for the side of KARN and Co, they have to attack a horizontal extension. CJ for Jim. Wow, what a crazy concept.
Yeah. I was literally just going to comment on, oh, they got Twist sitting still. That's crazy. And then he dies instantly. Forrest, thank goodness for Forrest. Psycho and Assistance will, for the most part, shut down that cash push, the cash stairs push, whatever you want to call it. So West Garfield's got some momentum here. Psycho's reestablished control of this shield, and Forrest, of course, even though he didn't kill Zeno, he tagged that guy up pretty darn good, and he's still alive himself with that shotgun in that position. Grenade flying out. Thanks to Psychosis, who I guess was roaming and retook Twist's position. His defense is holding up.
Yeah, it's holding up pretty strong. We've seen 2v4s before for the side of KARN and Co. But unfortunately for them, Whitlock is not alive this time, and Zeno barely has any HP. There's these wonderful metal slabs called shields that that are still left up on the side of the defense. They can play them masterfully. That's what Psycho's doing right now. Down goes Xeno. KARN also takes a lot of damage. He's down below, and I just noticed Psychosis is protecting the diffuser like a mama penguin. He's going to pick up his triple kill. He can just sit and wait, because eventually KARN is going to have to come to him. There's not very much time left on the clock in this round. Most likely chalked.
You were saying? SCS gets a nasty exit frag here.
I don't even think he could sprint into the bomb site fast enough.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Even if he had a straight shot to it.
Left.
There's a mirror looking at him anyway, so KARN, if I were you, I would just save. KARN, what are you doing? You're just gonna give him the kill?
I also want to see that kill in a raw comp clips compilation.
Yeah, I mean, KARN, you've been around too long to just be giving away your CGG like this, but
hey, all I'm saying, I mean, what, he's gonna have like a slightly better KD? All he cares about is the cost and the rating. He's still gonna get cost for that round. But hey, Rudy, you got to give it to this man. Some people can count cards. He can sit there and count bullets. He knew the exact millisecond that KARN would be out in that M4. He's memorized the fire rate, the exact 1.9 seconds of straight firing that it can do without running out. And then he just walked to the side and popped him in that bean.
popped him in the bean.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
I watched back to the church route. One where I was ranting and raving about the church wall being open. I want to make a minor correction. It was not open on the left, but it was open on the right. So Twist very well could have. And this is important because we're looking at the context of right now. This game should be 4-4. So right now it's feeling like KARN Company has a lead and that they're kind of pulling away. But that round, a couple rounds ago, Whitlock's clutch, whatever you want to call it, Whitlock's spearhead, Whitlock's last charge,
5 seconds to insertion.
whatever you want to name that round. It's definitely a difference
Attackers
in this
must
one.
locate and defuse a bomb.
So West Garfield's got this is no mistakes from here on out, I feel like, because once you get to that magic number 6 for KARN Company, you know, the pressure gets to insurmountable levels sometimes. So West Garfield, hoping they can keep it close for parity's sake, and because I voted for them to win, I'm obviously biased.
I mean, fair. But honestly, for the side of West Garfield, it's almost like Forrest needs to grab the dinner bell and just, or like a cowbell or something, just start beating the heck out of it and saying, "Wake up, guys! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Wake up!
Wake up!" Because he's the only. I mean, I guess Psycho's giving him a little bit of help, but Twist, silent. Rudy and Bio, silent. It's pretty much all been Forrest to get them the 3 rounds that they've won. You could argue that, I mean, the 4K on the basement attack, that was pretty much all Forrest.
Nah, for real, 21 said West Garfield has lost a huge fan just because they're down 2 rounds.
No, he said because Twist is on the team.
I'm sorry. I don't usually comment on Twitch comments, but like, that's the funniest. That's one of the funnier ones. Does he capitalize? Huge fan. Mikey gets the opening kill. Well, on the porch, you said ringing the dinner bells and all that nonsense. Bashing the drum set. Well, he's dead. That's the guy with 12 kills. That's one of the C4s. That C4 just blew up a whole lot of nothing. I imagine Twist's asking a lot of help here because if you recall, Connor, I said this shouldn't be difficult. There's like 3 AASs, right? You should be able to clear them, nade this person, and kill him very easily. And KARN Company's doing that. Something West Garfield couldn't do. And well, as a result, it's showing on the scoreboard in this round. They should be able to lock this round out. There's no more C4s for West Garfield. There's no more map control that's relevant for West Garfield. And I've played Smoke in this spot enough times to tell you, they can be, I almost said a bad word, they can be screwy in terms of whether or not they deny the plant here. So, even if you throw them perfect. So, let's see what ends up happening. I'm not optimistic for West Garfield right now.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy hold by any stretch of the imagination. They have no nitros, and the only thing left is that single toxic babe canister in the back pocket of Bio. He's going to be pushed from the bottom of red. We're having to worry about a lot of things all at once. Sure, his kit in close quarters, that's what it's catered for. If he has to take a gunfight, he probably could come out on top. But as Whitlock is just typing on the diffuser, Feltwinter was going to let the LMG sing and take down Rudy. Now it's a 2v5 post plant. I haven't seen a lot of these go into favor of the defense without some massive amounts of tomfoolery. Bio, he's going to tag on to Mikey, but Psycho falls at the hands of Whitlock. Just Bio left in a 1v4, and he's not even going to get back up the red stairs as KARN will cut him down and push his own team onto match point.
Did you see what I said about the smoke and the... That's not Bio's fault. You see what he smoked? And didn't deny the plant?
Yeah.
It's just not as reliable as smoke usually is on other sites, and just generally speaking. So you need C4s. One of their C4s just went out and literally just threw the C4 on the parking lot like a bag of dog poop. I don't know what that was.
It was only like, it was like 2 seconds too late. Would have been crazy.
Yeah.
And we on the side of West Garfield need a timeout. You need a timeout.
I need some milk too.
Mm-hmm. I guess, CJ, this is another time to talk about the origin of West Garfield Park's name. Because Rudy told Bio that he was surrounded by shooters. That's why they made the team name. But haven't seen a whole lot of shooters this game besides Forrest.
Yep. Want to talk about grilled cheese again?
Mm-hmm.
So, this map...
They forgot to butter the bread. Now it's just burnt.
I mean, yeah, West
It didn't get
Garfield...
crispy, it just got burnt.
You know what they're doing right now? They're making grilled cheese like with... Not even toasting the bun.
Nah, they're trying to get the fastest grilled cheese possible. Just because it's faster doesn't mean it's better. These guys slapped some bread and cheese and just put it in the microwave.
And that's the thing, right?
It's not that great.
You want me to parallel this to Rainbow so y'all aren't confused? What's happening is West Garfield is making something that should be complex. It's not complex, rather. It's not complex at all. You know, clearing rafters, having walls, and doing whatever. They're making stuff like that into rocket surgery. Meanwhile, KARN Company, it's not the case. It's very simple.
Mm-hmm. They just got
they're
the
making,
knife. They buttered the bread.
They're doing the simple
They slapped on
classics
the
right.
American cheese and just let it go.
The simple classics.
You know, and sometimes those classics, they hit. You know, they hit real well. Like,
You don't got to do
just
anything
get
crazy.
a good old grilled cheese and some soup on the side and good dinner. You don't
Follow
have to
the
be sick
recipe.
to enjoy that. Just follow the recipe. KARN & Co., they actually look incredibly well oiled. They look well oiled, even with a new pickup. And you could argue, I mean, you definitely can't say that this is a honeymoon phase. His Feltwinter not doing too hot, but he hasn't really been needed yet. He's finding his role in the team, and going against all the roamers of West Garfield is not easy. So he kind of got hit with a tall task for his first game, but I mean, could be doing worse. He has 5 assists, softening him up for the rest of his team to scoop up the kills.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Well, this is an interesting take on the roam. We have Legion, Ella. Wait, this isn't a... Wait. Is it a roam? Is it not? I feel like it's kind of in between. It's a roam.
Yeah.
It's just much more unique compared to what I've... I mean, you don't see Ella and Legion too often. This isn't 2017.
You can't see the Legion mines through walls anymore, and you can't just never stop shooting with the Scorpion with no recoil.
Yeah, these are... I don't know. Like, is West Garfield living in the past? You know, they think this is...
No,
blood
they're just
orchid?
picking comfort guns. They're trying to...
You think this is
No,
blood
they
orchid?
feel like
Huh?
they haven't been hitting the weight room enough. No, they're getting bodied in the paint by KARN & Co.
They kind of are.
Mm-hmm. You know, having the next map be Oregon, the most similar map to Clubhouse, in the pool, the good old fundamentals map, for the side of West Garfield, it doesn't seem like their foundation is that as sturdy as we thought. That could be worrying going into the next map. This is their map choice after all, CJ. They're getting their ankle snapped. They're getting put in the highlight reel.
KARN Company looking awful decisive right now. Pushing down blue very early in the round comparatively, at least to what we saw from anybody, rather, on a base of an attack. Minute 30, they're already pretty much at the gates of the site. And pretty much, I bet you, if Bio loses this gunfight, if he loses control of dirt, this is an attacker around 1,000,000%. Let's see though. He has a chance to be a hero with this shotgun. Okay, he loses it. So what's gonna happen now is they're gonna have a hell of a crossfire on the blue and into K9 and whatever. But it looks like Fellwinter's just standing on a soft wall because the entire wall's soft. What just happened in blue? Everything's blown up, and Rudy's just up there is, I don't know, Roman something. But more importantly, even with, you know, the setbacks here for KARN Company, they do have a lot of control. There's not a safe place to sit for the defenders, and as a result, even with the advantage, you see West Garfield struggling to close it out, but Forrest on his 3rd kill of the round. And honestly, he's got perfect. I'm like, who brings Ella? But he's got the perfect weapon, the perfect setup for this. High rate of fire gun, and he just has to tap KARN once, and KARN has no idea where he is. KARN is like
diffuser as well.
KARN's like a 90-year-old man looking for his glasses right now. Look.
10 seconds left.
Where the hell did I leave it? Oh, he's gonna pick up the case and plant, but there's not enough time. Forrest is fast. He's athletic. He should be able to just run up and stop KARN from planting. Surely, knife him. There it is. 4K from Forrest to keep West Garfield alive. Because quite frankly, I liked what I saw at KARN Company's attack there. They did what they needed to do. Blue, dirt, control established.
Defenders win.
But for some reason, I don't know what Fellwinter. That's like the one part of blue you don't go to.
Yeah.
You don't stand there, at least. You run right past that, if anything. Or you just hold it. But he's just standing in the middle of... That was weird. But otherwise, a well-executed attack overall from KARN Company, but Force is just better.
Yeah, it was like 99% their way, but they couldn't get that final 1%. The 1% was accounting for Forrest just not wanting to lose. And sheer determination from him brought that round back. And I guess the overextension out of blue. Pretty much all they had to do was hold the passive angle on the gen and make sure that players couldn't cross. And then they would have had a box 1 plant pretty easily. Because, or at least they could have like crossed to AKs or something like that and had cover. Because when you have dirt control, all they had to do was slightly push out, make sure that gold and dark and all those areas were clear, and they would have had a plant.
Right?
Yeah, they had kitchen hatch.
I mean, they had everything, did everything right.
They had everything.
They had everything. They just didn't
do it. Diffuser also. I think the biggest thing that is that diffuser got brought to blue, and I don't think it was supposed to.
That's a good point.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Because like, I made the KARN looking for his glasses joke, but I mean, it's like...
5 seconds left.
Yeah, the diffuser should not have gone blue.
Imagine if it was in dirt instead.
If it was in dirt, he would have been able to plant so much earlier. He wouldn't have had to been holding it on 000s.
So...
And a player in blue could have played a lot more passive.
Definitely a lot of coulda, shoulda, woulda, woulda, houlda, houlda with KARN Company from that last round, but they can make amends for all that and just win the game outright. Once again, match point. I said it earlier, once you get to Magic 6, Super 6, the pressure's on the losing team at that point in a very, very serious way. And while Rudy, maybe the pressure got to him, he's gonna just die to the logistics hatch. I don't know what happened. Maybe the little spot where you vault over and yeah, that's what happened. It's like a little rappel. There's a spot. Which direction is this? From the south side? Yeah, like this.
It's nerdy.
It's very nerdy. And Rudy died.
This is like some Ethan Frozen Fox tips and tricks video level nerdy.
Coconut bra.
Some coconut bra. Like we're gonna get clickbaited again by Jaeger himself. And wow, what a shot from Xeno onto Twist's forehead. And all of a sudden, 2 players for the price of none and only a minute kind of wasted on the clock. Mikey's going to make that issue even further. This is just Bio and Forrest. Scratch Bio, he's gone. Just Forrest. Sometimes that's how it felt like this game has been the entire way. But it's going to truly have to be this ace clutch that's not even going to get off the ground. Flawless round to close out the map. Steal away the map choice of West Garfield Park into the favor of KARN & Co.
Hey, mens, I got to tell yous, I had zero faith in KARN Company. I did not think they could do it. I thought the loss of Sonar would be too much. But clearly I am just a...
I mean, hey, it gets cold in Chicago, man. Winter was coming. West Garfield were just frozen. They're playing with knitted mitts on right now. Can't grip their mouse properly. They're fat fingering their keys.
I don't know if it's like, I don't know if it's mad brick outside or what, but West Garfield just, I'm so upset because you know what else? In the finals of the standalone tournament, I believe, I voted for them to win there too. And what makes it really personal is I put all my channel points on it. I lost like 50,000 points because of these guys, because I put all this faith in that they would be strong just because they're the ex-pros and their defaults are so epic. It's on a level so high above everyone else's, and they just come out here and get outplayed. Like KARN.
They did get outplayed.
And we're going to the same type of
They
map.
didn't look comfortable, CJ. They didn't look comfortable on their own map choice.
Oh, I know what you're about to do.
They could have been at least comfortable at their own desk space with our wonderful sponsor, Mavix Chairs. Look at that, the new M4 chairs. You can get it as low as $22.22 per month. Look how comfortable that looks. Make sure the critical ergonomics, they keep your back in line, they keep your booty feeling good. Make sure to go to their website and you can use code NSG55 for not 55 cents off, 55 whole dollars off. That's a whole lot of money.
What about 55 dinars?
I don't know. We're going to take a break for a little bit more than 55 seconds. Make sure to stay tuned because we will be right back with a whole lot more Siege left to be played.
Have to get aggressive. Breeze looking for it, and Hill got it.
Have to push for the kill. Have to kill them with
Transfers on 1 on 3. What a passion! It's high noon. There's the 1v2 and 5-1-half reserve. Welcome to the NerdStreet Winter Championships, featuring SCS6, a yearly open tournament series hosting the best players and teams North America has to offer, culminating in a community favorite, the Pro-Am. So let's discuss format. During the Winter Champs season, SCS6 will consist of 2 stages, where each stage begins with 2 open qualifiers. Once Stage 1 is complete, there will be an additional tournament offering 1 more qualification spot prior to Stage 2. Through participating in SCS6, players will acquire leaderboard points and cash prizing. The winning teams from Stage 1 and 2, as well as the additional tournament, will qualify for the Pro-Am. The top 2 teams from the leaderboard will also qualify. As we approach the end of the season, the final qualification spot will be determined through a last chance qualifier. The Grand Finals of the Winter Champs SCS6 will feature the return of the Pro-Am, where the top amateur teams have an opportunity to define their talent against the North American Pro League. But in the end, only 1 team will be crowned Winter Champs. Sign up today and make history.
There once was a tournament during the season of snow, filled with contenders of might, with names Deez, Ligma, and Joe. The road was a trying one, wrists aching with cramps. In the end, victors rose. We call them Winter Champs. Before they departed, they left us these words. Our journey's just begun, all thanks to the nerds.
Have to get aggressive. Breeze looking for it, and Hill got it.
Have to push for the kill. Have to kill them with
Transfers on 1 on 3. What a passion! It's high noon. There's the 1v2 and
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you missed last game, it was a bit of a surprising result as KARN & Co. went into the belly of the beast. They rolled up onto West Garfield's Park map choice, and they slapped them around, made it their own.
I wouldn't say slapped him around, dude. But there were some fundamental breakdowns in the gameplay from West Garfield that you don't expect from a team with such a large amount of experience collectively. There were some fundamental breakdowns, but I wouldn't say that they got obliterated. No, I'm not gonna let you say such a thing.
I don't know.
I mean, you can say what you want.
This is a fundamental. This is a gut check map. And our next one on the docket is also one of the same class. Oregon, it's coming up next, and a lot of parallels could be drawn between these two maps. And I think West Garfield Park are in the hot seat. I'm not talking about the upgrade you can do to a Mavix chair.
Yep. It's the same. It's gonna be the same story. Can you do basics correctly? Can you make, I mean, can you do the bare minimum correctly? That's Oregon. It's not crazy. Mikey went crazy, by the way. Also,
He did. Mikey played very, very well. He also has a lot of fans and chats.
Mikey has played his best Siege in SCS, whether it was last stage and whether it's what we're looking at right now. Over this past year, we've seen the best version of Mikey right here. And of course, Forrest is just this team by he's got like 40 backpacks on right now.
Oh yeah. No, he's doing, he has like a backpack and he's running. He's got like just so many 45 plates chained to his hips, and he's running. And he's got his AirPods in and it's just blasting the rock, and he's just running. It's about drive, it's about power. He's trying his best, but he can't even get hyped enough to carry them over the top of the hill.
I think he's listening to the hour-long version where it's just the same verse.
For sure.
It's just the same verse.
Only the beginning of the rock verse. And then afterwards, he's going to take a nice shower and put another photo of him fresh out the shower on Twitter.
Okay. We're going to Oregon now. Jokes and funny business aside. All right. Habana will be banned again.
No Habana.
Should be banned again.
No Thatcher. Pre-fire in that one.
So you know what that means, Connor?
Means the Maverick is up and Flores is up.
No. What that means is it's going to be the basics again.
Can the team Mav open a hatch?
Can we burn? Can we clear? Can we defend? It's really simple. I'm not gonna act like there's some crazy analysis and some crazy little micro engagement that needs to occur. It's really simple. Okay. This map is as basic as it gets. This is mano y mano. KARN's playing Twitch. Well, now he's playing Buck. But we are seeing the Ella. I think we were seeing Ella shotgun from Forrest because I think he did that before, and it was biblical.
It was
KARN
over on the back tower stairs. That's his area. As much as we say Vivid is a very good Tarps player, Vivid's a very good Tarps player. Forrest is a very scary Tarps player.
Need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Sure enough, you hear it.
Yep.
Maybe you can't hear it because your sound's messed up. Haha.
I can hear it now. I hear the.
You hear that? You hear that A gun going off?
Yep.
That Flakverling 36 just shooting. Okay, so that's something that's obviously extraordinarily powerful for this defense. Shotgun play. You've also got the mirrors.
That makes it not fun to go front side.
It's potent. It's a potent combo because you can't go front, and if you push the back, you run into a shotgun.
Pick your poison.
5 seconds left. Attackers must locate.
What
and
would you
defuse a
choose?
bomb.
You want to deal with Bio on the Mira, with shields and Aruni gates and all that fun stuff on the front side, with no Flores, by the way? Or would you rather have Forrest swinging you at Mach 5 with a faux 12? Yeah, the gun is literally named for him.
Well, the first thing I would do, you see.
It is now the faux 12 when he plays it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Noted. I'll make sure to say that now. But, you know, the big thing with that operator with the 9 bangs? So if you're asking me what I would do, I would bring that operator. But KARN Company's not doing that. Instead, we have a Finka. I don't know what a Finka is going to do against an LS shotgun, but I'll tell you this much. He's bringing LS shotgun, and this is a perfect storm for KARN Company to not take advantage of it. And KARN, whenever I have a chance to rant about this, I will. They could bring a Ying right now, and since West Garfield's being silly and goofy and bringing Ella Shotty over Wamai, they could punish them severely for it. But instead, they might run into obstacles with Forrest's lineup. I mean, his loadout? Not lineup. Loadout. Let's see what they end up doing here. I mean, they're just going to drop. Does it look like Forrest is playing a really aggressive position, though? He's like 10,000 miles away. What is he doing? Is this Marmalade? Part 2? He's 10,000 miles away with the shotgun. I guess he can kill them if they drop beatbox, but the push down the stairs is going to come through, and Twist, the way Twist's been playing, he needs help. So they're going to push down.
Yes, Rudy needed help too on the top of Freezer stairs.
Look,
he will fall. Zeno's just going to push down, destroy Forrest. Feltwinter's going to meet his end as well. Zeno's letting the LMG sing. It's a absolutely destructive round out of nowhere. As soon as that first kill came through, it was the dominoes, and Zeno, I guess as soon as he gets the LMG in his hands, he gets the Finka, he gets on the entry, might be the end of West Garfield Park, at least for that first bomb site.
All right, so now I'm just going to get upset. You ready?
Yeah, I'm always ready for you to be upset.
So now I'm about to get upset. I literally called it exactly as it happened, too. I said, Forrest is going to do a Marmalade Part 2. We weren't zoomed in on it, but if you were paying attention, if you were zoned in on what I was talking about, you would have noticed where Forrest was with an LS shotgun and what they just did. 2 of them walked down the tower stairs, right?
It is usually what he's there to stop in Harry Potter.
And Forrest is on the single wall with the LS shotgun. If you were listening, you would have heard it. He's going pop, 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 shooting at them from the single wall all the way to the stairs. Instead of just playing under it. And then Twist, I don't know, Twist walked away from the stairs too, so neither of them were like actively looking at the stairs. So KARN Company just did the impossible. We talked about how there's no go either which way. You go front, you're running the mirrors. You go back, you're supposed to run and do a shotgun, but the shotgun wasn't there.
And they pushed. They also pushed a lot faster than you. I think maybe that was that they pushed faster than they expected. What, that execute was at like minute 15-ish? Maybe a little bit earlier, maybe a little bit later. I wasn't really paying attention to the clock because I was just looking at Zeno kill everybody.
Maybe we'll see a different defensive philosophy now as we see Rudy and Forrest making rotates and playing positions off the site at this current juncture. Maybe the roaming will be the answer. Maybe playing a little more unpredictably will be the answer for West Garfield. That's what they're going for right now. KARN Company's going to clear this out pretty efficiently. They're already in, already droning, already buzzing, zooming their way through. And if Rudy doesn't rotate now, he's probably going to get cut off very quickly. Yeah, he's gone. Which is smart. That's pro league play right there. So is Forrest, already back. It's appropriate response from KARN Company to clear. And, well, for the most part, West Garfield's totally retreated. They've completely respected this clear. Except Twist, he's probably looking to pop a drone or two and run away. Surely.
Yeah, I mean, Twist's in the position of he's supposed to be up here, shoot drones, and then run away. And so far, he hasn't really gotten one of the drones. And for the side of KARN & Co., they're moving fast once again. Zeno, the spearhead, pushing over towards Green Hall. Twist finally fully falling off. And last time, like you were saying, These tower stairs, they were too easy to take, especially once Whitlock got that hatch open. Pretty much everybody on the side of KARN & Co., they're funneling down there. Seems like Psychosis and Forest, they're making their way back towards Gold Hall and potentially trying to retake Pillar. But the magnification and the gun power, it goes into the favor of the attackers from this position. Sometimes it is hard to challenge those angles. They get slaughtered once again.
I don't know if there's any Battlefield 3 enjoyers in the chat, but if you remember the old frag rounds from the USAS 12, I think that's what Forrest thinks he has, because once again he's playing 10,000 miles away with the shotgun, which will allow Winter to just walk down, but he will go down to Rudy, who's thankfully playing in position on the mob. The twist's down, so this is an equal 3-3. Bio, B10 Logic with a great C4. It looks like this time KARN & Company will not just walk over the defense, at least not easily. It's not all over yet, though. We're still at a 2 versus 3. No C4s for the defender, so KARN should, in theory, be able to plant, but Psychosis is still in freezer, meaning a plant. It's not going to be the most 100% thing. Bio doesn't win that gunfight, and suddenly we're in a 1 versus 1 where Whitlock could win it if perhaps the barrel sticks around the corner from the Rudy. None of that mattered. Rudy just won the gunfight anyway. I thought he had the suppressor on or something. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You're hiding in a corner and the barrel sticks up.
Long barrel. I mean, we saw it kill KARN when he was hiding in secret.
I thought Rudy was going to lose that because of that, but he, as you saw, we were looking at it. Thermite didn't actually get the beat on where Rudy was until Rudy was faster than the punch. Rudy was too athletic. And I was way too close for comfort either way. I thought West Garfield had it. Their positioning was great. But still almost it's like slippery butter on a marble floor.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bomb.
Yeah. And that round, I mean, still could have gone the way of West Garfield, but you know, some players just stepped up finally on the side of West Garfield, mainly Rudy. And he went huge with that Aruni DMR. Definitely seen an upswing of Aruni DMR players. And I think that gun is getting the muzzle brake too in the next upcoming patch. Should make it even more lethal from range. I'll have absolutely no recoil and you can just spam the crap out of it. I mean, it has to be a good weapon for people to choose it over the Roni, right, CJ?
Attackers must locate and defuse.
Yeah, I used to be the guy who said, like, why would you ever... I think the Roni nerf has made that happen, of course. So people had some whiff R6 moments.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying, you know what, I might as well just get the DMR. The Roni doesn't make sense anymore, and I don't blame them. This is a really good C4, potentially, for Rudy, if he goes for it. He could totally go for it. Oh my god. Do it, Rudy. Do it. What? What? And he just threw it. I think he thought they were at the T2 or not instead. And that's so unfortunate. Because I thought he was going to just throw it at the soft floor there. But nope. So a missed opportunity for West Garfield. Let's get the opening pick. And there's a bandit sighting. A bandit sighting in 2022. He's gonna trick that. Even though the floor's open below. What? Are you seeing this?
I am seeing it. I'm struggling to believe it.
He just bandit tricked in front of the impacts on the floor. Okay, so now they're gonna get it open, right? After a whole lot of utility usage later, I think they just used a bunch of nades and both Zolf launchers to do that. The bandit has finally been removed. Twist is looking to play make here. It's rather early in the round. We're in a minute 20. He's already trying to flank Z. Do something. It's a little too late for him to help the bandit too. I mean, if that was what he was going for. So KARN & Company has the wall open. They don't necessarily have a lot of utility. I mean, they still have 2 grenades, but not a lot of burn. I say that, and I'm not sure how much is actually protecting biologic here. Only 1 ADS. They just set my boy Bio up to fail. Just 1 ADS to hold attic, and now, I mean, the attack should be able to push through there. Maybe even set up a little bit of misdirection action here. I don't know if Zeno actually detected Twist on the flank drone either. So he might find a kill. Feltwinter will go down to Forest. Probably trying to push attic, I imagine. So, what's the plan here for KARN Company with 30 seconds? KARN's throwing grenades. He's just throwing grenades like we're throwing pitch and catch at the park or something. I don't know. He's outside still though. Twist still holding the breach. He will get the he'll get the diffuser. Zeno will push right through attic. I guess Bio just would not ever dream that that could happen, but thankfully Force is in dorms, leaving just Mikey to clutch this one up. He gets 2. He'll have to find 2 more though, and he does not have the weapon for it. He's already out of ammo. That's a nice gingerbread skin. But it wasn't necessarily a nice attack because the defense holds firm there.
Dang, he got styled on. He got hit with a hip fire. Fun fact. West Garfield has won 2 rounds in a row with hip fires.
That's
2 rounds in a row.
That's the hip. That is the just galaxy shattering analysis that I live for.
Mm-hmm.
But can they go for 3 hip fires?
Maybe. Maybe, just maybe, he could. But I guess the biggest thing was that West Garfield didn't really apply that much utility over towards attic. But attic is one of those choke points on the map that even when you have control of it, it is hard to really break through and push beyond, because if you have players confident on your defense that are swinging that aggressively, there is that small window of when players have to drop into dip that they're seemingly, you know, defenseless. I mean, your gun, you're dropping, your gun goes up in the air, you can't aim down sight anymore. And sure, if you're going to play kid's bedroom passively, you're very exposed to attic, especially because they raised up those bunk beds. They added some legs to it, and you can get your heels and your ankles shot at. For the side of West Garfield, they decided, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna stand strong. We're gonna be swinging it. Forrest picks up a kill, and sure, Bio also just wasn't looking to Zeno sprinting in. But Forrest won that gunfight on the refrag, and that really solidified the round, especially when Twist was left unchecked inside a classroom and dropped the diffuser down inside the breach.
I respect what Bio is doing. At least he holds shotgun positions with the shotgun, unlike some others. You know what? I'm just going to leave it at that, Connor. We'll leave it at that. So we're pushing in from Master, if we are KARN Company, because this is a meeting kitchen D, and the defense is very much defending. Above, that is. Not defending showers, so going to let KARN Company push in from there as well. So there's a lot of pressure right now that the defense has to deal with. Mikey and Twist could find themselves in a fight, and well, Twist will take that one. On to Mikey. Twist is just walking down white. You absolute maniac. He will get that kill onto Mikey, and Forrest will follow up on a Zeno. So West Garfield's starting out strong here on their defense. But we've seen rounds get wrestled back in at least a winnable fashion. KARN Company, though, that's just straight up unfortunate if you're Whitlock. I don't know if this will be like previous rounds where somehow KARN Company brings it back. Surely.
Surely not.
I don't see it.
Surely not. I mean, Twist could die pretty easily. That's just one bullet. Well, when Feltwinter's...
What was Feltwinter trying to do there?
Yeah, I think he just had the wrong launcher out, which is really unlucky. Twist could still get this kill, but nope, he can't even see the body of Feltwinter, who has the high ground, so it was over. That's the easiest player that you could pick off. And Forrest, he's starting to feel himself. He's going to be aggressively peeking his hatch, so as soon as it opens, KARN takes a lot of damage. Up the back tower stairs comes Psychosis, just hip firing once again. Seems to be West Garfield's MO.
Does he really think he's playing Valorant?
I don't know. He retired from Valorant for a little bit and just forgot that you got to aim down sights.
You got to aim in this game, Psycho.
You got to aim in this game. But Both Feltwinter and Karn, they're both tagged up. Karn with the diffuser, not going to be able to tag any damage from the smoke. As Bio, he's going to finish off Feltwinter with that SMG-11, and Forrest will finally get the last laugh, challenging the Vert.
Yo, what is good with him?
I don't know.
Psycho, my boy. He's out here playing Halo. He's just hip firing. Like, what is good? Nonetheless, West Garfield. Melee Twist. Twist finally doing something, man. He's getting active. He's walking down white stairs. Getting opening picks. Piecing people up. That's what they brought him in here for. That's why they signed him to the $94 million deal.
Yep, max contract.
To play for West Garfield University. The NIL deal.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as
It's just
many
like...
bombs as they can.
To be fair, I think most of the time I see Twist is like an Oregon player. When he's just on Jaeger and he's on Zof on Oregon. Those are like his best games. So maybe,
yeah.
I mean, that's what will help West Garfield, because for the most part, it's still kind of the Forrest show. I mean, Forrest still leading in kills, but it needs to be more than that. We've seen Rudy pop off on this map as well, so maybe Club just was a bad draw. It was just,
10 seconds left before
you know,
insertion.
wasn't the right map pick.
5
Maybe
seconds.
Oregon's their thing, or maybe it's just Oregon defense, and I'm on the hopium right now because I don't want to lose my channel
Attackers are
points.
moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
It could be any of those things.
Yep. Is what it is so far, but KARN Company, it's not over. Because, as we say in the business, these are just Oregon attacks, and they're not the easiest thing in the world. And because that they prove they can already attack basement, that's typically the hardest attack on this entire map. They could replicate the success, but it might have just been a flash in the pan with Xeno going massive. Feltwinter, he's getting aggressive early. LMG starting to whisper. Not quite to the levels of Scream yet, but it was enough noise for Twist to say, you know what? T1 stairs, that's too rich for my blood. Forrest, he swapped off the shotgun onto the Scorpion. Still going to be as aggressive, but a little bit more range for the potential retake of pillars or just denial of the stairs walk down.
Yeah, I mean, if he's just going to play it 10,000 miles away anyway. Like I said, you know, there aren't slug rounds or anything in this game, so maybe he will have much more value. Grenade primed and ready to go. I think it was a trap or something in there that he blew up. Twist is going to go for a push up the stairs. Imagine if he had a shotgun. Instead, he's just going to spray at nothing because he's so stunned. We'll lose his life for it. We'll see the opening pick for KARN Company, and Rudy, of course, still playing this bomb. Still trying his best to hold this position and to hold this onslaught down the stairs, which has just been, quite frankly, it's the only round that KARN Company won. Pushed down these stairs onto the site. You see, well, there's two attackers here ready to do the same thing. Mikey will drop through. Mikey gets a double kill because they line up. And that's the intrigue that they need to get this attack going. Two defenders rotating to elbow now to try to throw these guys off. These attackers. Miles gonna cede that one to Rudy, though. But, of course, Whitlock on the drone's gonna give away that Rudy went for a rotation. So we're back to pretty default positions. And Rudy will win that gunfight against Mikey. Making this a 2 versus 2 with the mirror on elbow. This attack is going to be very one-dimensional, and Bio still has a C4, more importantly. So, a default plan is not necessarily going to work all that well. Whitlock's choosing to thermite that wall right now. So I guess gives you a little bit more room to work with, to sprint in and out, I guess. But more importantly, we don't have a lot of time. And unless Whitlock gets the kill here, C4 can fly out any minute, and it's not even going to be a C4. It's just going to be guns from West Garfield, and they'll take the 4th round. Or their 4th round of the game, rather.
That was about as stall of a stall that a stall could ever get. Because for KARN & Co., they had everything. They just slowed down too much. Seems like the indecisiveness was truly the killer of that round. You have the man advantage. You have all the map control you need. All they had to do was walk into default and plant. There was no player in freezer. Nobody swinging gold haul. There was a double attempted retake of blue. That plant could have gone down with a cover of somebody just watching above trying to shoot the nitro out of the air. But seems like KARN & Co, they wanted to do just a little bit too much due diligence, and that was their ultimate downfall. They ran out of time. They had to funnel in. They had to take gunfights that weren't that fun. And Rudy, he's been the demon of the downstairs as soon as he swapped to that Aruni DMR.
Hey, I mean, Twist, hey, man, if you watch this back, Twist, if you're going to push up tower stairs as Jaeger, you might as well just run Jaeger shotgun, brother. If you're going to do it big.
10 seconds.
I'm just saying. Anyway. Strong lead for West Garfield, though.
5 seconds to insertion.
They would like to make this 5-1 because that just makes it oh so
Attackers' objective is to
sweeter.
locate a bomb.
Rudy is in T3. I don't think he has a single ADS, so this is probably just some time waste action that we're getting here from Rudy. I don't imagine he's just going to play this to die. He's looking for drones that may have spotted him. KARN just can't get out of spawn today. Second time, he's just dying in the parking lot. This time, it's Twist who spawn peeked but didn't get the finish. So he'll be playing the round. Oh, nah, just kidding. There's a Finka. I was going to say he was going to play the round on 20 HP. No, he's not. I guess it depends on how many Finka boosts that actually go off.
I would assume all three, unless Xeno meets an early demise, which would not be ideal for him. The Psycho still on the roam, just running around making mayhem over towards the bottom of main stairs. Rudy also peeking across satellite window, could land a shot as soon as this armory push does come through. He also has a nice rotation hole in towards attic, probably will reinforce it behind himself as this push. It's very kind of one-dimensional on the side of KARN & Co. Very linear so far, but how much variation do you need when you can just strong-arm your way to the bomb site and potentially get a bomb down? There's no nitro on the side of the defenders. It'll only be toxic babe canisters or forest on the yokai drones to stop the plants. For the yokais, it's not really a plant denial. It's more of like a plant delay. Unless the time is really low.
Especially since, at least for the time being, it seems as though KARN & Company's moving with a lot of
Attackers have located a bomb.
Pizzazz.
a lot of pizzazz. You're right. A lot of intensity. A lot of intent. Contrast to last round where they kind of stalled. They're trying to clear the shield and attic before probably executing, I imagine. That grenade will kill everything. All the ADSs and the shield. To leave Rudy rather exposed.
Located by attackers.
But it's a question of who's going to go for it first. Twist is playing on white stairs, and, you know, this is a certified barring moment if I've ever seen one. Someone could crouch walk on him any second. But as long as he holds that position, he could single-handedly shut down this attack. Feltwinter will push in, though, and to a crossfire and live. I don't know how he's doing that. Rudy, depending on who wins that gunfight, there you go. Feltwinter will go down. Mikey finding a kill as well. But I guess neither team really committed there. Feltwinter was the only one that went in, I guess. Everyone else said, oh, never mind, we're good. So, we're back to a stall situation. Plant's finally going to go down now, but it's almost like the damage has been done. I would imagine, but Twist from the white stairs doesn't know that Xeno's on the big window, leaving just 4. She said plant denial, plant delay. Neither will come out. It's just the Echo in a 1 versus 3. And he won't find a single attacker. KARN & Company somewhat salvage their attack half.
I mean, hey, there were times that it looked good, times that it looked bad, which was like pretty much the entire half till the very end. KARN & Co, they won the first round, then lost 4 in a row. They clutched up at the very end to get that 4-2 split. That makes you think, okay, yeah, no, you can't really complain about these attacks. No, 4-2 split, it's solid. 7 out of 10s, average, good. Can't really hate. It's going to cause West Garfield to take a pause because it seems like they were riding all the momentum in the world, but now they've taken a severe hit to that. They want to make sure that their attacks come out just critical, clinical, decisive. Or somebody just has to pee or something.
Biblical?
I don't know. I was going to wait until Just gonna wait for a little bit more for a biblical. I think we just pre-jacked a biblical on this one, but you know, they also maybe somebody had to like pee or go to the bathroom.
It was
or
none
get
of
a
this.
drink.
Someone froze. That's why. There's no technical or anything. No analysis. No one-shot timeouts or anything.
We didn't have to tell them that. They could have believed us.
What?
Shh.
Okay. You say so.
Also, you talked about one shot. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to the fact that Storms played in a BO3 and then immediately started streaming ranked. It's a true grinder right there.
He's like spirits at home. You know?
Yep. Just he breathes and sleeps the game. But once again, going back to this map, I mean, nothing spectacular so far. 4-2 split on Oregon is almost expected. You're surprised if you see anything else, and you're like, oh, wow. You're going to maybe see something different on Oregon? Nope. Just a good old grilled cheese sandwich you expect. And this time, West Garfield aren't using the microwave. They are not using the microwave to make it the grilled cheese. We have a little bit longer of a pause.
So yeah, if you guys are wondering what's going on, start the game. Psycho's PC exploded, burst into flames.
I don't know if you can hear this. This is me hitting my S key to start the game. It's not working. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Psycho's PC exploded and burst into flames, so we had to pause the game. So he went and bought a new PC, and now he's gonna load up and play now.
You know, fastest rehost ever.
Yes.
You know, I think he actually just put all the pieces back together in his PC.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Psycho's PC shouldn't be doing that. I watched his stream when he built that thing. It's a beast.
Maybe he has too many games downloaded.
Yeah, you need to uninstall Valorant.
You know what I am seeing? Speaking of Valorant,
The Ying.
stupid operators with too many flashes. Let's go. Ying is on the board for West Garfield. Let's go. First one.
I mean,
of
hey,
the
you said that
SCS.
Bio told you you're going to be seeing me around.
10 seconds left before insertion.
That means he's your fan. He knows that we are fans of the Ying, especially for the basement. Util clear on easy mode.
Attackers are moving out
You can go to
locate a
Staples
bomb.
and get one of those buttons. And you just press and it goes, that was easy. That was easy. Every time, because you just throw candelas and all of a sudden, nobody can challenge you on all those angles. That were actually the bane of the existence
Wait,
of
hold up, bro.
KARN & Co.'s attack.
Hold up.
The Amaru.
Did he just jet into the freaking?
Yes. Yeah, he did.
He makes it too easy to like make those jokes, man.
He really does.
Boy, come on, bro. He's got the vert grip on it. He's playing Amaru. Listen. I didn't even notice that until he went flying in a small tower for no reason. You literally, he just did not have to do all that. You can just walk in the door. There's a door.
Yep. And for West Garfield, they do have the lead, but it's like a tentative lead. You know what I mean? It could very easily go up in smoke, and kind of depending on how these first couple attacks go. Rudy might just kill his teammate. Nope. Twist decided to. Yeah, I'm gonna get off the hatch and let Rudy do his job.
Bomb located by attackers.
That's probably the right call because E-box hatch is pretty important. Don't think anybody can argue that E-box hatch is pretty important.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
You know, if I wasn't deathly ill right now, I would, just for the sake of killing time, but I'm not gonna. So the Amaru is gonna push down Freezer. He's pre-firing to let the enemy know that he's there. Of course.
Is this fainted pressure on Freezer with a rotate?
It's ghost pressure. Bio's there too.
Yeah, I was about to say, but you never really see like a blue freezer push.
I don't know what Bio's thinking right now. He yinged it and then ran away.
Yeah, they're doing the old bait and switch. Now they're going to be hitting the backside. It doesn't seem like KARN and Co. were really phased. They know that the Candelas are coming out somewhere. A Nitro Cell will go and claim the life of Forrest. And KARN's also going to take out Twist, make that Rudy as well, the double kill. But the smoke is going to go crazy, and he's going to get a third. How's he alive inside of blue? He just killed everybody trying to kill him. And it's just Psycho is the last one alive. 25 seconds left on the clock. It's going to take something of a miracle for him to come out on top, especially with the lethal crossfire that KARN & Co. has. You can't cross the threshold if you drew a line in the sand past that bomb site, bomb chassis. And on the side of KARN & Co., they're also not peeking him. They're giving him nothing. He's on bulletproof cam. Mikey's going to get the final decisive shots, peeping on the inverted Mira. That attack that looked promising had a little bit of flair to it, had the ying, had the phantom pressure on freezer and main. KARN & Co. wasn't buying any of it. And KARN himself decided to go massive.
I liked what they did. Okay. A lot of people would have said, why did he just ying that? I mean, a lot of people are probably saying, why did Biologic just throw a Candela and then run away? But what you guys don't get is that was about 0.2 seconds from working. Maybe. Because they successfully flashed everybody in Pillar, and they seemingly, the defenders that is, were not ready for it. But I don't think they really capitalized off that brief moment where they had the advantage. Psycho like dropped into the site, but he was blinded. But again, no. I mean, the other thing is, I guess, if they had a Finka, you know, one of the cute things you can do with Finka, you flash yourself, right? I'm not joking.
Finka it away.
Yeah, I'm not joking when I say this. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you Finka it away.
You can literally, if you time it correctly and you do it properly, you can actually eat even something like a Ying Candela and then pop a Finka right at the exact moment. So everyone is like Ying.
Yep.
With the goggles or whatever.
But they all would have died to the Nitro that went to E-Box.
That's true. And that Nitro also killed someone that was probably trying to make a playoff. So anyway.
Was forced.
To bury last round. We're going into this one. Well, actually, we can't bury last round yet because the Ying was so influential on KARN's life that he decided to play Warden, even though West Garfield's not playing Ying anymore.
They have effectively been conditioned.
Yep. That was easy. He just thermites the wall, even with the mute jammer there. What happened there? Oh yeah, mute stinks now. He just thermites it in full, like, there's literally a mute jammer right there. I don't like that change. Okay? I'm gonna be the first one to tell you that. I don't like it. There's literally a mute jammer there, it just doesn't matter.
I mean, mute was too versatile.
Mute was no, well, how about
too versatile.
How about you go
Shotgun SMG-11, Nitro, and a gadget that could do breach or drone denial.
I'm not having a balanced discussion with you right now. I want to see West Garfield, you know, go under impacted or something, you know?
Hey, man, all I'm saying is
that.
if Osa had a Gone 6, apparently we'd have better viewership.
You think so?
Yeah. Apparently we would.
It should be like an automatic Gone 6 too. It should have like extra bullets.
Mm-hmm.
What is Forrest? Forrest
should have a thumper.
Forrest is challenging a mute and security and wins. You don't see that every day. And that was definitely something the mute should have won. Forrest with the second under the Warden. And Forrest is, I mean, this round's all Forrest. He just he just walked he just talked about mute's kit. Apparently it ain't that great when we're talking Forrest, because he just walked up to a shotgun and won.
Yeah, and then he got the refrag with the frag through the floor. Superior game sense. Shout out Forrest. And gave the man advantage to the side of West Garfield's attack. They have the breach open, and they have just enough control because they have white. Rudy's also going to sprint in and get aggressive. Down goes Feltwinter. The default plant could come out, but Whitlock is playing aggro over towards this breach. Jan Repel, that is his kryptonite?
That's why you do the DMR now.
That's why you don't repel in Genwind?
Just move on.
I don't know.
Just move on. Forget it happened.
We're just going to move on and say that that was a really great attack from West Garfield. No mistakes made. No mistakes made on the defensive side either. And yeah, it was just best round of Siege I've ever watched.
Nope, we're cooking, people. Mikey's been playing great all season 6. But what the hell, Mikey? Mikey lost. He had a shotgun against Forrest. Forrest did the most disrespectful thing you could ever do.
Repel in Gen window.
Multiple times. I mean, we're talking about different things because he did. If someone has a shotgun in a position like security, right? And you just peek it with no flashbangs, nothing, and win. That is disrespectful. Okay, that's point number 1. Point number 2. Yeah, I don't know how the hell he just repelled in Gen window and lived. And then number 3, whoever was a Rooney. You know they're going to change their guns after this. Because he just, I mean, they kind of got robbed. Like, you know, the Roonies, it was overpowered. I get it. But, like, damn. He shot him like 20, he literally shot him about 20 times. But the wall reduced the damage. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Attackers are moving out.
Oh, damn, son. Couldn't finish off Forrest, just repelling in his face. So now West Garfield has a 2-round lead.
Back to what we saw after the round split. Or the side swap. And they're going after the tertiary bomb site as the attackers this time. Insert meeting and kitchen. This is a small tower clear. Has a lot of promise really quickly. They could open up this breach and get into the bomb site in tandem to the up top pressure that Twist is applying. All that noise he's made sledging that castle barricade, it's going to make all the roamers up top really mindful of his position over towards the eastern side of this map. And when you have to worry about the western side and the eastern side and all the sides all at once, it's not really the most fun thing to deal with because there's an active entryway into the bomb site. And kind of the only thing that can stop it is security if the holes are opened and the hatch. And Xeno's watching patiently on the hatch.
Rudy's thinking about it. Flash comes out, and that's a great flash. But he doesn't actually hop it. He flashed it, but didn't hop it. Twist also peeked, but didn't actually peek. Mikey's getting his wall opened, so he's going to have to move or die. And well, he moves, but nearly dies. Rudy still hasn't hopped in the window, so he's just playing Overwatch at this point. Forrest will go down first, though. As Whitlock, the SMG-11, will buzzsaw him to death. And Feltwinter, just unaware of the angle, supposedly. Carnage from below, and assistance will protect his 2 defenders in dorms, leaving just Rudy, who we just saw in the big window. That's not the spot where you hop in. Twist and Psycho. Psycho will get a... Well, actually, no, it's Twist. We get that kill. Psycho will die as he peeks down the hatch. And I'm not sure if they know Mikey's still up here. As Rudy... Yeah, if they knew, he would not be looking down the floor holes right now.
Yep.
So there
Twist
it is.
is about to die.
And yeah, that was really well played for KARN and company from below. And mainly just from KARN. That's why they named a team after him, CDAPS. Because he does stuff like that. He got 2 kills through the floor there, covering his teammates. And if it wasn't for... Listen, I'm brutally honest. Feltwinter's just kind of walking around right now. Totally exposed. Not playing off the floor rolls, but the rest of his teammates playing dorms were. And they just fed KARN there from below. And didn't really have a contingency in mind to dealing with Carnage B. You saw Rudy toss a flashbang that landed through the floor or whatever, but that was about all the counterplay we saw to what KARN was doing.
I mean, in all honesty, they could have started getting active.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
over towards Z Hall.
They tried that. Well,
They
Never
didn't
mind.
full
I'm
send
sorry.
it, you know?
I'm so sorry. I'm thinking of the
Because
other
there's nobody
team.
playing top white.
I was
It
thinking
was
of the
just
other
security
back half.
or top freezer.
You're right. That's what KARN and Company, they had it done to them. So they tried to push Z or whatever, and then some guy just ran down white and killed it with Twist. So maybe on their defense they were like,
We can't do that.
I don't even know. I don't even know what
I
I'm
don't know.
saying.
I don't know, but now we have the basement once again. Mikey is swapped to the Mira. Xeno also bringing forth the Warden because the Ying is nigh. Bio running around with the Candelas could cause some mayhem over towards that E-box. Over towards the E-box hatch drop, which actually was dealt with pretty well on the side of the defense.
We'll see if we have the same strategic brilliance with the Ying. Try to hit the misdirection, the counter play, counter trap option, or are we just gonna see brute force from GARFIELD? KARN's team, they don't have access to Wamai, or they did. They're playing Warden instead because they're so fearful of these Candelas. Either one of them, I guess, would be a response to the Ying. Though, of course, Wamai, I mean, it goes off anyway. So, Warden's probably the better option of the two. But either way, those Candelas will be flying. Unless Bio just throws his life away. So, let's see how it pans out. This thing's set up here. We've got can openers going off. This is the grilled cheese part.
Yep.
A bomb has been located.
This is every Oregon game ever, okay? And
This is the most missionary vanilla attack ever.
Attackers have located a bomb.
And this time, the phantom pressure on the front side, it's going to have to be a little bit more
Twist.
lethal. Not as lethal as Twist, just crouch walking all the way through Freezer and getting a triple kill. Force is going to tag on for KARN as well. It's just Mikey in a 1v5. He gets the shot onto Rudy. But Bio's the one with the diffuser. He can just walk straight in. But Mikey, he's also going to take out Forrest. This is all of a sudden becoming winnable. Psycho takes a lot of damage from that Nitro. But Bio's going to finish it off. Just for a second, I was a believer in the clutch factor. But Bio's going to slap that straight down. Twist with a wonderful opening, showing why he was picked up in the first place. Manages to get into a insanely advanced position and absolutely decimate the KARN & Co defense.
well, it took 10 rounds into map 2, but we finally got the twist. Man, I was just gassing y'all up. I was telling you. $94 million rookie deal.
Mm-hmm. Got him first draft picked. First draft.
SCS6 picked to slap a towel instead of Ying, by the way.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I don't even know, like, he just walked, there was nothing, he didn't Ying that. Not, at least not that I noticed. I'd almost have to see it again, because literally, Twist just said, all right, I'm going to kill them all.
Yeah.
Maybe there were Candelas going off the other direction, away from what we were watching, that made them all, it was just enough for KARN & Company to just get, baptized. I have no idea.
No, do you know what it was? That nobody was, they expected the rotation backside and everybody was alive, so nobody was on freezer cam.
5 seconds
I can guarantee if we watched his perspective, he was staring at that cam like
Attackers' objective is to
halfway
locate bombs.
down freezer and goes, all right, this light's not going to turn on, then sent it.
Interesting. Well, with the big three, Rudy, Forrest, and Twist, seemingly coming alive on map 2, West GARFIELD are in their best position yet. Match point. And with the 2-round lead on KARN Company, we're going to have to attack basement again. They're going to have to replicate that same attack they just did. And I'm going to be honest with you, whatever Twist just did, very hard to do twice. Especially back-to-back rounds. So they have to find some other way to do it. Which might be why Bio changed his operator. He's not going to rely on any Ying shenanigans. He's going to maybe do a smoke push against one of these mirrors. That's a very real possibility. Again, there's no buy. So he's going to be able to shoot those bolts wherever. Maybe that will... I say that, actually, I just thought about it, just hit me. It just hit me like a freight train. Warden can see through these smokes, these cap tiles.
He can.
So even if he does something cute, he's probably just going to get trolled.
Yeah, and Xeno's shooting right now. Not as much as Mikey, but just as much as KARN. And KARN is the titular man. Man whose name became the title of this squad. West Garfield being on match point, they definitely have a little bit of momentum. Getting a little bit of speed. Definitely looking to get a little bit violent, as Psychosis has a wonderful drone all the way in the bomb site. Could use it to try to get a wallbang through that barricade, but doesn't seem like anybody on KARN & Co is really in that much of an exposed position. Forrest biding his time with Twist on the backside. Feltwinter making sure they can't just walk in a 90-degree crossfire with KARN if he peeks out. And Whitlock sitting and lying awake inside a pillar. The first Toxic Babes, they're going to go out, making sure Psychosis can't just walk straight down. This Execute's going to have to come out sooner rather than later. Only 45 seconds left on the clock, and Forrest is going in.
Yes. Shot's missing, though. It's going to give away his position. And it's going to give away the lead in the round. West Garfield just getting pieced at every opportunity. And it's just B10 logic. He's looking. First some mags and frags at this point. It's a 1v5. He doesn't even have a light machine gun. I wouldn't... Bio? Are you listening? Don't move an inch. Do not move a muscle. Stay right there. Don't give him anything.
Imagine Nitro just comes through the hatch and lands on his lap.
My brother, don't give him nothing. There it is. Because Bio, you know, people like to pull up the stats. They like to pull up the... I swear, I've seen people pull up, like, every seasonal stat on this guy. I've never seen it done for anyone else. They'll pull up the stats and, like, Bio freaking sucks. Just looking at the stats. Bio, you save your stats. Don't let them slander you for it. Save it. But yeah, that was just... They got... KARN & Company just... Yeah. Do we need to say any more?
Nope, we do not.
They held the line like Toto.
They did. Did they also bless the rains?
You know that used to be a call out on my old teams?
Really?
I bless the rains. No,
was it on border?
No, what we would say is if we get naded, we'd be like, we got blown to Africa, but we'd sing it like that. We'd be like, we got blown to Africa. Like that.
I know Africa's the call out for like that weird like the metal banister by the lockers on top floor of border. They would call that Africa because it kind of looks like it. Like at least like the horn of Africa.
Yep. I'm gonna cry, man. I miss that team.
And you're getting sad now on me? You're sick, you're sad. But we're on match point, CJ. We're so close. The overtime, potentially. And a 2-0 for KARN & Co. Or for us to have new life breathed into us with Chalet. Finally a fun map. I kind of want it.
5 seconds remaining.
Lord, you not having fun? Are you serious?
Attackers are heading out.
I am. This has actually been a pretty enjoyable Oregon.
This has been explosive.
This has been a pretty fun series. Oregon and Clubhouse, considering. So, and we almost glossed over the fact, CJ, that it's a different tertiary bomb site. Almost a quaternary bomb site, if you will. We're all the way extended into dining, not meeting. Mikey is just doing an ab exercise, holding his entire lower half perfectly perpendicular. Impressive stuff.
That's some calisthenics.
Yes. That's the exact word I was thinking. I'm so glad that we're real dialed in right here.
He's gonna have to do a lot more than that, though. Holding down dorms. He looks like he's the only one up there right now. Oh, there's someone on white stairs. Mikey is holding down the fort. Whitlock is kind of there. He's on white stairs, but otherwise, the attack's kind of pushing in for meeting. And unless Mikey punches a hole above the default plant and successfully plays that position, this could be an opening for West Garfield to just take advantage of. Grenade flying out. Twist will blow up the Goyosha. One of the things that's holding, like, one of the few things holding this side together right now, because again, unless Mikey pops it right now and kills the planter, I guess it was just Spellwinter. He's standing in security. This is a lot less dramatic than I was making it out to be. So I guess they didn't have to worry about Vert at all. There was just someone in security that has an angle on that. And well, it's a 2 versus 5 nonetheless. Just Bio and Forest. And I'm not a betting man. I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
But I don't think I wouldn't bet on the attack winning this.
Unless there were some crazy odds. The odds aren't stacked into their favor, especially as a trade even goes out. It keeps it at a lot of people to a little. Just Forrest. He's going to need to ace in order to get this done. Everybody on the side of KARN & Co., they're just staying patient. I guess the only other positive would be the fact that
What?
Okay, Whitlock is just prone in the middle of the hallway, right next to an air jab. He was expected to be there. Interesting stuff. But CJ, I want to say, I can guarantee that there was a call on the drone working the bomb site of saying, hey, they don't have holes in security. We have a free plant.
Right?
The holes were made. It was a really good bait and switch by KARN & Co. I feel like that was 100% the thought process of, hey, they don't have holes to deny this plan. We have a free one. And it's just one of those, hey, we got to go fast. We got to capitalize on this moments that didn't let you think of maybe he could make the holes. And I feel like that was one of the thought processes in creating that defense for KARN & Co. Or we're reading into this too much and felt Winter just forgot to make them.
I also want to say that attack is so uncommon that I wasn't sure if there's actually an angle onto the planter from security like that. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't sure even if there was someone in security or whatever, they made their hole, didn't make the hole, whether they'd be able to see behind the box. So I was thinking, oh, the guy above can deny it, because I mean you can still punch above that, or at least in the general vicinity. But nonetheless, I mean, I read that wrong completely. I read that round completely wrong, and for that, I apologize profusely. So we're going into overtime now. CDAP.
At the S. I'm multiple daps.
So
And the Flores, he's coming out for the first time. And the Flores is being brought for a single shield.
Need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
I guess he can technically vacate a Mira. You know? You can, if you get it right next to the Mira, it's not going to destroy it, but it'll make it so they can't play it and give you a little bit of a window to push in on. And just, I guess, also getting rid of the Malusi Banshees. Never really complain about that. Especially because the attack from West Garfield that was incorporating Ying was not working, to put it lightly.
5 seconds remaining.
so much so that Bob, he's playing ace now. He's just kind of played everything.
Attackers are moving out to locate
So-
a bomb and
I mean, it was Rudy that was doing the football tosses on with the Selmas last time we
I
watched
know,
them.
Rudy made a whole Ash Jaeger himself video. So like, why isn't Rudy on that? I'm just saying. Rudy's got the arm. First round arm. He got them Jared Goff tosses.
You see the elite drone movement of the Flores from Fofo?
That was truly biblical and elite.
From Fofores? I guess
Look
the
at
Banshee
that.
too. That was up in the air.
And that was crazy. Okay, now
was
he's
crazy.
Not stuck on something. And he's gonna get an ADS there, I think.
I mean, hey, That util, it's gone. That's why Flores gets banned on this map so often, because when you have util in power positions, a lot of the time, with them being so choke point intensive, it's not safe to easily peek them, and you can get caught off guard pretty easily, especially if the barricade isn't even open.
Bomb located by
Towards
attackers.
blue and tarps. Really well played from that util game. Now the front side pressure is coming out. All of the hatches have been opened on the side of West Garfield. And it really does come down to where they want to execute. Bio Selmas could have been brought to take care of the Miras to go for a front side, but instead 2 of them are going to sail out towards the hatch. And no more projectile hard breach. Oh no, he still has 1. Okay, he has 1 Selma.
You mean
But still.
long distance hard breach? Technically, a Selma's not a projectile. It's an item. It's a thrown item.
When you throw it, it becomes a projectile. Because the only forces acting upon it are wind resistance, gravity, and the initial force. But that was too nerdy. I apologize.
Twist. You know, Twist went huge on the last base around the West Garfield one. He's gonna have to do it again. Grenade flying out. I mean, that guy's pinned in the corner. Twist, you just have to line that grenade up, but Bio will finish him off anyway. He's aware that someone's playing close to this double door, which means we might have a 7. Oh, Zeno. Unless Zeno has something to say about it. Unless Mikey has something to say about it. We're in a 2 versus 2. I thought this was a shoo-in for West Garfield, but instead, things just got a hell of a lot more interesting. Diffuser's down in the middle of nowhere. No C4 for the defenders, though. So this is just a straight-up who's better situation. Twist versus Mikey and Elbow, and Twist wins that. With the, he doesn't need an SMG-11. He just wins that gunfight. Now Zeno could find Bio. You have a Z-ping. Zeno, just play off the intel. Just fire your weapon. He kills Bio. That's the diffuser down. So Twist has to be the hero again on basement, and he will. He'll win that 1 versus 1 against Zeno. Thankfully, if you're West Garfield, because holy cow, that was like a what 4v2? I don't even know.
Add a 1. Add a 1 to that. That was a 2v5.
Ah. That was way more exciting than it needed to be.
2v5 right here. 1 beautiful shot. Another beautiful shot. The stop of the plant. It was a heart stopper if you're a West Garfield fan in chat. But Twist, the new pickup. I assume his jersey sales are going to go through the roof after that one, CJ.
Yep. Hey, if you know, I know West Garfield, their jersey website isn't up yet. So you know what you can always do. You know what you can always do. You can always buy a FaZe Twist jersey.
Attackers need to
Or you could just buy a white Fruit of the Loom t-shirt and a Sharpie.
True.
If West Garfield makes it to the Pro-Am and are on LAN, and they just all had white Hanes t-shirts and just drew on them, I think that would be one of the most wonderful things I've ever seen.
I actually have a funny story on that.
Yeah?
So, I don't know how many of y'all know about Elephant Gang. Y'all remember that? That time in Challenge League history.
EG.
Yeah, that's the real EG right there.
Yeah.
So this team, this was super, like Neptunes, Avian. These guys showed up. They didn't have an org, right? It was Elephant Gang. So they showed up to a LAN with, and I am not making this, I'm not like exaggerating. They had "They Hate Me" jerseys on. All of them. And then that was their team uniform. And that's to this day is one of the most ridiculous displays I've ever seen.
Imagine if they all wore gamer subs like waifu shirts.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past the team. The right
hey, Yeti's out here rocking him and Rexon. It was him and Rexon or him and Grixer rocking the armbands at NAL finals. Looking drippy. That's the reason they won, actually. They had the IRL e-girl buff on their arms. Can't beat that.
Well, we're on 6-7, not quite 7-7. Running Company has to pull this attack out of a hat. This is a tough one. They've had some, I guess, bright spots pushing down those tower stairs, doing what they need to do. but for the most part, it's been kind of painful. Hasn't come easy.
It definitely has not. The Mira has been a problem. It has made front sides seemingly impossible. Its team has not even attempted it. The most attempt would be the Freezer Crip Walk. That was against the team that we're watching. Defend it. Forrest once again on the Ella, trying to cause mayhem inside a pillar, and this back stairs push down is becoming increasingly more difficult. Even though the LMG is singing, Mikey's actually going to drop down. Down goes Twist from the aggressive E-box play. Forrest is feeling a lot of pressure. He's going to be playing on a soft wall. I don't know if they know his position. They definitely don't know he's about to swing this E-box hatch. Doesn't seem like there's anybody above now that KARN has dropped, but he's going to come in and slam Forrest off the face of the earth. More shots raining through as KARN gets over aggressive with the diffuser, going for the frag instead of the plant. All the coverage is there, however. Feltwinter's going to tag on to Rudy. This man advantage is definitely into the favor of the attack. They're trying to convert this. Psycho, he hasn't been doing that well. A bunch of assists to his name, but not a whole lot of kills. He's got to make some sort of difference as he's pre-firing away all of these angles. Bio's also creeping up the gold hall. He spots out the legs of players, but he can't quite land the decisive shots. Feltwinter's going to finish off Psychosis, and KARN and Co. make this go the full distance, keeping their dreams of a 2-0 alive.
Rare athleticism from KARN. he looked
no,
like
that was the athleticism we expected. Like when a lineman picks up the football on a scoop and score and is trying to run as fast as he can and like pulls a hammy.
You know what KARN looked like out there? He looked like Jerry Rice on the Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, that was impressive, KARN. He actually just ran in with the case and said, if y'all ain't gonna do it, I will, and just balled out. And that was good. That's what they need. Even though some people, I know someone's in the chat, why are you running in with the diffuser? Because you got to make something happen, bro. You can't just sit there and plant and whatever. That's how they almost got, that's how you get 2v5'd. Or almost get 2v5'd. Or whatever the man count was there at the end. You go for the kills. You make it happen. Momentum, violence, speed. That's how you win rounds. I respect it, KARN. And well, 7-7. It's another basement D. This time for all the marbles. There's no frills on the side of West Garfield. No Candelas. No Capitals. No Flores. They're just gonna go for the most basic operators you can go for.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Against a full-blown mirror setup and that Ella, of course. So let's see who's if this is it. Just a game of tug of war. It's just a basic game of tug of war.
Yeah.
Who's gonna pull hard?
Twitch might pull this attack to the front side, especially because Freezer is a lot more difficult to defend with that Mira being removed early on in the round. Forced with the adjustment, the swap onto the Twitch. That seems like it was not accounted for by the KARN & Co defense.
Well, we see the usual here.
Yep.
The grill is being warmed up. The bread's being toasted.
Cheese is slightly melting. Not quite caramelized.
Yeah, just making a rotation. Things being blown up. And just, I guess, you know, as West Garfield sets up here, we'll talk about the stakes. KARN Company's going for a hot 2-0 here. I have no doubt that they could, if this does go to Chalet, they could play it competitively. Twist will throw a little bit of a soft nade there to try to catch KARN on the rotate back, but KARN is just instigating right now. He's finally going to rotate away for good. But KARN Company's going for that 2-0. But I do think if this goes to Chalet, worst case scenario, both of these teams will put on a good show there.
Yes, for sure.
So, we'll see though. As I know, it's all going to come down to the next minute and 15 seconds. Twitch drone from Forrest. And maybe catches an element. Oh, that's huge.
Ooh.
Getting that front mirror it's going to allow for some serious lurkage to come through.
They just do not know how to shoot the Twitch drone.
Oh, they're just going to push the front straight up, I think. Psycho's here, and I imagine Forrest will join him. Or they're just going to push everywhere. They can push. Are they just going to drop everywhere? The front, the freezer, and this can either end very well or end horribly. Psycho's pushed up. He's trying to make the same play that Twist made before. Twist had a 3K in freezer last time, but he'll go down first. The Ella will get team killed, but Whitlock will follow it up with a kill of his own, making this a 3 versus 2. Forrest in the hallway. Name a better duo, but he gets taken out by Mikey. It's just Rudy. Rudy has had much crazier clutches, so I think he can pull it out. He does not have the flashbangs, though, even though he's aware that the mirror is in the closet. But Witcher, though, with the crossfire, I don't think that Rudy knows, unfortunately, that he was a dead man. And well, against all odds, KARN and company, they will go for, they'll just get a 2-0.
Yeah, hard fought victory. More difficult on their own map choice than the map choice of West Garfield Park, but man oh man, is this KARN and King roster on the up and up. Seems like every time we watch them, they just get better and better and better. From a meh CO stage to a pretty solid stage 1, and now starting off stage 2 of SCS Season 6 with a bang, taking down a lot of people's favorites, even as newcomers. West Garfield Park 2-0.
I kind of coming along too. West Garfield, I mean, this was a close game.
Yes.
It was a 2-0, but it was a close 2-0. Of course, West Garfield still got some kinks to work out. They just recently lost Barring. Trying to slot Twist in. He showed flashes of absolute excellence. That freezer round was...
That was one I would feel comfortable saying the B word. Biblical.
You beat me to it. It was, you know, we say
you tried to force one in earlier, so I had to steal the thunder this time.
we say biblical a lot, but that freezer push was biblical from us, okay? And if you were gonna send a highlight reel to a pro team to say, hey, pick me up, you send him that clip.
Raw comp
Look at this.
Better see it at a Twist.
So, but it wasn't enough. I think West Garfield
didn't talk about enough.
Who?
Mikey.
I think I said Mikey's been playing great all season.
He went crazy.
What more do you want me to say about Mikey, man?
He went crazy.
He almost had like 40 kills.
Yeah, he went absolutely massive. Once again, they're not really a weak piece on the side of this KARN & Co team. I mean, I guess if you want to say statistically it's KARN, but that's a giant asterisk because
KARN's an athlete.
I was about to say, he's the hard breach IGL, and he can still get active when he needs to.
That's Jerry Rice on the Raiders right there, baby. What you talking about? Shoot. KARN is in his later years, but he's still catching the ball and shaking people. He's still doing it.
You can get in the ring if you wanted to.
So,
on his Floyd Mayweather art.
I mean, we talked about KARN coming. Mikey played incredible. Best game of the year, I will say. West Garfield just took too long for all their stars to wake up, it felt like. So, maybe they would have woken up a little earlier if they had some Mike and Ike on map number 1. Rudy and who were the others that didn't really... I mean, Twist was missing 4 nades on map number 1. Maybe if he was popping those Mike and Ikes with the ultra sweet, amazing flavors, including a Mega Mix.
It has even more flavors.
Maybe they would have played better earlier on, but it seemed like
they were right here. They were here, right here.
And
KARN & Co was right here. So if they ate the Mike and Ike, even though Cam got cut off, they would have taken their candy game to the next level in game as well. And man, Mikey dropped a 20 bomb. I believe that makes him 4-2 on the entry as well, with a like a 75-ish, probably rounded up 75, or pardon me, 85 or 86% cost overall, because he had a 91 cost last game. He went huge, even though the entry game was pretty good on the side of West Garfield Park. They weren't able to overcome that late round, the adaptations, where that's a lot of times where pug stacks do struggle, is trying to change everything. Trying to switch things up, but then you got the veteran Carnage Basketball calling the shots on the side of KARN & Co. They were able to make just enough of a tweak to finish things out.
Just enough. You see, just in the round count, I mean, they won 3 of the last 4 rounds to just make it happen. They willed themselves to victory as a team, as a unit, off the backs of Mikey with 2 E's. Ooh.
I think we're going to be getting him for the interview, CJ. We usually do get a wonderful Mikey interview.
Yeah, he's always jubilant and happy. Oh, I'm going to be doing it, apparently. Okay.
Yes, you always do the wonderful interviews with Mikey.
Yes. Mikey's always smiling. He's always happy in these interviews.
Yeah.
There it is. There you go, Mikey. He's smiling. Unlike Enrio, who's always like just unhappy and dejected. You look happy. And you look happy after this win.
Yeah.
Mikey, how did you do it? Mikey, how the hell did you do it, man? You dropped like a nuke on these guys.
I did. I did drop a nuke. You are correct. I don't know how I did it. New team, new me.
You think so? Because I mean, in our critical points, we were talking about how, without Sonar, you guys would look a little more dejected and confused. He's been a brain for you guys alongside KARN, and losing him, maybe you would fall off a little bit, but you looked better than ever. Rather, you've been playing SCS better than like anything. This is the best you've ever looked. So what is the team dynamic looking like to where you're playing this well? Is that the reason for your success?
I mean, like, we're a pretty new team. We've probably had like 2 real scrims with Felt, and it's by like the day 1 it was clicking. Like, it just coordination has gone like top tier. We are just getting better every day, and super proud of the boys.
I mean, speaking of Felt, I'm not going to make fun of his stats, okay? He didn't have the greatest stats, but you talked about how his synergy maybe was he giving good calls? Was he giving good vibes? Was he one of those guys?
For sure. His vibes are immaculate. He gives good calls. He makes good plays with us, and he just works around with the team really well. He's really
immaculate. Good. Immaculate vibes, huh? Well, you know what? I'll make sure to keep that in mind because, he wasn't lighting up the scoreboard, but he has value in other ways that we don't always see, right?
He's got next week.
Yeah, for sure. So, speaking of next week, how do you feel going to your next game?
Feeling really good. More scrim, more time with the boys, and I think we do just fine.
Alrighty, well, Mikey with 2 E's, you enjoy the win, you celebrate, and we'll be seeing you next week. We'll see how KARN & Company looks with another week of scrims, another week of practice. Take care.
Thank you, Cookies.
Thank you for the show tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Thank me? Mikey, you're the star. I'm nothing to you. What do you mean?
Cookies, I play this game for you, man. I play the game every day just so I could be here talking to you. I want you to know that.
Wow, man, I'm gonna cry. Perfect. Can you just cut the cameras? Can we just cut the stream now? I'm gonna cry. Mikey, thanks again, my brother. You're always a pleasure. Problem. You do the most jubilant interviews.
Jubilant.
We appreciate you. Yes, jubilant.
I like that. I'm gonna have to write that down.
Yes, the most jubilant interviewer.
Thank you.
Thank you. And God bless.
You too. Have a good one.
Well, look at his stats, dude.
Mikey likes getting the last word in interviews, but he's always going to be first on the scoreboard here. 5-2 on entry, 85% cost, 1.6 rating being plus 21. Ridiculous.
He wasn't
even on entry anymore. He was on like a flexi role. We saw him playing some Buck, playing some Nomad, still roaming because that's what Mikey does, but most of the time as a mute.
Do you see this? He's more positive than most of the guys on West Garfield had kills.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, so when I say he's been playing the best, he's played all those are biblical numbers right there. 5-2 on the entry too. He's always happy, but he seems happier.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's like the grass is greener on the other side, but it definitely is on the side of KARN & Co.
Maybe he's just a
You have to say both of those teams after he left Lenny GG, he got better, had a better fit, and Lenny GG turned into one shot, so they're doing pretty well too. I mean, that's a breakup where both people glowed up. I mean, and naturally on the side of West Garfield, you have Forrest going crazy, trying his best, and the rest of the team struggling just a little bit. Twist, not a horrible showing in his first appearance, but the entries not necessarily going his way, maybe just a little bit too extended on his team. Maybe the drone work wasn't up to snuff. Romy was a little bit too isolated, all that fun stuff, but I'm sure West Garfield will be able to bounce back.
I think he had 13 or 14 of his 18 kills on map 2, so
yep.
You know, he's just got to tie it all together. West Garfield Park, tie it all together, and well, we could tie this week together. It's over, I think.
We have one last thing. CJ, how are you going to forget about the sweet play of the day?
I was going to get to it.
Yeah?
But you did. I mean, here we are, though. The sweet play. I wonder what it is.
You know, I
there's a couple candidates.
Was making food and I didn't watch the first game. So
I don't think anything in the first game could have compared. Okay, just kidding.
Oh, it's the Slippery kill. I saw this on Twitter. Slippery goes huge. 8 seconds left on the clock. Stops the diffuser. Is just running around shooting everyone. I don't know what Sykes is looking at. He's a slippery man, and he just also would have absolutely obliterated the guy in courtyard had that clock not struck in 0.
2 of them died there. And Sykes said, "All right, I'm not even going."
Don't know what Sykes was doing, but the pistol for Slippery.
You wonder? You think Sykes was just like on his Post Malone? He's just like
he's dropping. He dropped the split hatch and he's just swinging. And he goes, "Sussin', I'm sussin', I'm sussin'."
Yeah, like
you. He can't hear bullets coming from his back.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in our turns.
They
fall today, but yep, we had a fun day. Garden Company takes the win. One Shot takes the win. I don't know, Connor. Will we be seeing you some other time?
Yeah.
Maybe next week. Same time. Next week. Same place. Stay tuned.
We got games tomorrow. We got games all week. We got games all the time here at SCS.
Is that how it works now?
That's how it works. Got a whole lot of Siege playing. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will be back same time tomorrow for a lot more. Have a good night.